4,000 miles away from his bedroom in the UK, covering all your favorite sports, he's high in demand. From baseball to football, he's got every angle covered. He's gonna watch your team, even when they get smothered. It's Heist, it is Jolly Good Takes. Introducing your host, Liam.
Hello and welcome to this stream between the New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies here on Jolly Good Takes. What's good, Jolly Gooders? That's what we're going to be saying every time now to begin the show. What's good, Jolly Gooders? Zim Zim, let's go. Hi, how's Zim Zim? How are you doing? How's your day been? As no Giants game today, that got postponed. So we are doing the Phillies and the Mets instead. Although Zim Zim, I know you're not a big fan of either team, but that's who we're doing today. Glad you can join me. As hey Scott, what's going on? No Giants game today, Scott. So we're doing your favorite team, the Phillies. So let's hope for your sake the Phillies win. The Mets, however, as my glass is steaming up. The Mets are 8 games under at 33 and 41, while the Phillies are 6 games over at 40 and 34. Both these two teams started 9 and 19. The Phillies, ever since they fired Rob Thompson, have been one of the best teams in baseball. The Mets, however, they've steadied out at about 10 games under 500. Zim Zim, look, I know you didn't want this, but let's just hope for a good game, and the conversations is what makes this show anyway. But Scott, it's the first series against the Mets this year. Okay, that's interesting. I did not know that. These two do not like each other, and we'll see who wins today. As the lineup for the New York Mets is Carson Bench will be in right field, Bo Bichette will be shortstop, Juan Soto will be in left. Young will be the first baseman. Ewing will be the center fielder. Simeon will be the second baseman. Brett Beatty will be playing third base. MJ Melendez will be the DH, and batting ninth will be Francisco Alvarez. And the Phillies will be facing. So the Mets will be facing Aaron Nola. The Phillies will be facing old friend of the Giants, Sean Manaea. And the lineup for the Phillies will be Trey Turner, Scott's favourite shortstop, will be leading off. Kyle Schwarber will be the DH, batting second. Bryce Harper will be batting third, playing first base. Alec Boehm will be the third baseman. Brandon Marsh will be in right field. Sosa will be in left. Stott will be playing second. JT Realmuto will be the catcher, and Derek Hill will be the centre fielder. Zim Zim, I know you're not a fan of Sean Manaea. He was not a good Giant, but he was good in the first couple of years he was with the Mets, then suffered the injury, but he's bouncing back as they're just interviewing Dave Dombrowski about optioning Andrew Painter. My guy, Andrew Painter, they're talking about. He definitely had to be optioned with his ERA and record, but he was a good top young prospect. I'm sure he will bounce back. I know, Scott. That's what I was thinking. I think the Giants could have gotten their game in if they played earlier, but they didn't want to move it forward. So I guess we have to play that on August the 31st now. As Zim Zim, he was good in Oakland as well. Oakland had a good team with Matt Chapman, Sean Manaea, Matt Olson, Sean Murphy. They had a good team, but now they've got another good team with loads of young stars. As Bob Granelli, what's up, Bob? Welcome to Jolly Good Takes. I have not seen you before. I will be doing the Giants tomorrow. I know, Bob. Why did the Braves not want to move the game earlier? Why did the Braves force the Giants to play at 7:15 on the East Coast as well on a getaway day? It doesn't make sense to me, but that's their choice. As yeah, Zim Zim says hi, Bob. Bob, if you could hit the like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. We will be streaming pretty much every Giants game this year. Not sure about Saturday. I may be busy Saturday, but I'll let you guys know tomorrow. But as Scott says, Manaea has had the Phillies number recently, but I see he hasn't started off well this year. Yep. He started in the bullpen. I'm pretty sure one of his first games was actually against the Giants, where he came out of the bullpen. He gave up a load of runs, but they just pushed him through it. As Zimzim says, the Bros are shit in the bed. They knew they were going to get swept. You could be right, Zimzim. You could be right. As Bob, where are you from, Bob? If you're still in there, are you from over here in the UK or are you from America? I'm guessing America, but you never know. As Aaron Nola then will be the pitcher for the Phillies. He is 112 and 93 in his lifetime in his MLB career with a 3.91 ERA. Don't know why they don't want to show his season stats. Well, I do know why they don't want to show his season stats because Aaron Nola has got a 5.86 ERA and is 3-4. As Scott knows, Nola has not been very good so far. You're from all right, Bob. I've never heard of Gustine, California. It's in the Central Valley. Okay, nice. Welcome. Um, I don't know many places in America. I know a few. I know where all these guys live that come in the chat, but I'm not no genius in America, but it sounds pretty cool. As a Carson Bench then will take the first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Carson Bench batting 250, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs, and a 692 OPS to start his MLB career. So 0-1 then to Carson Bench. Nola fires a sinker there in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Zim Zim, I know Spencer doesn't think we swept the Braves. Are you counting it as a sweep, Zim Zim, that we took the 2 games on that road trip? Yeah, Bob, that's right, yes. As the O2 pitch is close pitch just inside, and it's 1-2. I think is the roof I don't think the roof's just for rain. I also think because of how hot it can get in Miami, they have to have the roof on, I think. But Miami, everyone craps on Miami Stadium. And everyone hates it. As there's a swing and a miss by Benj on a knuckle curveball there for out number 1, and that is how this game gets started. Um, but I actually, they've got in left field, they've got a good bar, which I quite like. And also just there's never many fans, so that's one reason I like it because you can get around pretty easily. But Zim Zim's convinced it was a sweep. Okay, we'll go with the sweep, Zim Zim. As Bob says, question: why didn't the Braves put a roof? As there's a called strike. Um, Probably because it's a lot of money, and that's a good question though. I mean, it gets hot in Atlanta as well, just like it does Florida. So good question, Bob. I do not know. As the O1 pitch here to Bo Bichette is outside and it's 1-1. I would guess because of the money reasons, and that's it really. That'd be my main guess. Zim Zim doesn't hate Land Depot, but you Lone Depot, sorry, but you do hate Tropicana. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that white slash see-through roof. As there's a pitch outside and it's 2-1. Not a big miss there, but just enough. Um, yeah, I think the only issue with Miami Stadium is it's in the middle of nowhere and it's quite hard to get to. As the 2-1 pitch here by Nola to Bo Bichette is a swing and a miss and a slider, and it will leave it at 2-2. Scott says baseball was meant to be played in the elements just like football. I mean, all the old stadiums didn't really have a roof, as the newer ones do get roofs built on. So, Bob, to answer your question earlier as well, um, that will be why. As there's a fly ball to left field, Sosa coming in will make the catch. As the wind blew that ball quite a lot for out number 2. Is Landon Reap going tomorrow, Bob? Let me check that for you. I would say yes, though. Yes, he is. Landon Roop is going to go tomorrow for the Giants. The Marlins are to be decided, but they pushed everyone back. And to answer someone's question, someone asked in the other stream, will we see Adrian Hauser in Miami? I would definitely say no now because as Soto takes a strike because they're pushing Root back. So to answer that question, Hauser probably not going to pitch in Miami. The catwalk at the Trop is forever hated for me. Yeah, I don't blame you, Zim, because Elliot Ramos did hit a home run that hit the catwalk. As the 0-1 pitch to Soto is a called strike. He wanted to challenge that one, but it did catch the zone, and it's 0-2. I saw the picture of matchup. I saw it's McDonald on Saturday and Webb on Sunday, Bob. I can confirm that for you as Soto takes low. It is, you're right, it's McDonald and Zim's confirmed that as well. And it is Webb on the Sunday. So Giants, they've got to get going here. They've got to build on a good trip in Atlanta. The bullpen got a much needed off day today. And as the 1-2 pitch here to Soto is a drive to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is out of here. Juan Soto, home run. And for the first time today, sorry, Scott, it's boom, boom baseball on Jolly Good Takes.
When Liam streams your game, it's boom boom baseball. High, deep, and never coming back.
So Juan Soto gives the Mets the lead here with a solo home run. It was way fair. I don't even know why I said if it's fair, it's gone. It was way fair, as Soto almost fell over in his backswing there. So a solo home run given up. You can live with solo home runs if you're a pitcher. You just don't want to give up too many. So 1-0 Mets. Now it will be a Young. As Young hits a weak ground ball, Nola is going to pick it up himself, and he's actually not going to be able to pick it up. He can't get it in his glove, and that is going to be another hit for the Mets. I think they'll rule this a hit because it was a tough play for Nola. And Scott, yeah, terrible location. As Ethan, how you doing, my friend? No Giants game today, Ethan. So I've had to do the Mets Phillies instead. After this, I'll be hopping into a Pool D stream to catch the end of the Cardinals game as well. How you doing, Ethan? I know you don't like either of these two teams as a Braves fan. As Bob says, is Elliot Ramos going to come back at all? So the latest on Elliot Ramos was last week he started baseball activity. So I would say expect Elliot Ramos, as that pushes low to Ewing, to be back in about 10 days, would be my guess on Elliot Ramos. If Zim has got any better information, feel free to share Zim. But I think that's the latest I've got on Elliot Ramos. We're looking at a week to 2 weeks. As the 1-0 pitch is a line drive. That one is going to get over Brandon Marsh's head, who played that route terribly. As that gets to the wall, that's surely going to score a run. It does. Young comes to score. 2-0 Mets. And Brandon Marsh, who doesn't normally play right field, just had an absolute howler there as he ran in and it just flew over his head. Ewing's got a double. Another Mets rookie. 2-0 here. So Zim says, "Is that how you say Juan in the UK? In the UK, yeah, I say Juan. Yeah. Do you want me to call him Juan Soto? That sounds wrong to me. So it'd be a double. As we're going to get a mound visit here already. Scott, not great location by Nola, but not much better fielding there by Marsh, who ran in instead of going back, and he completely misplayed that ball. As Ethan says, I'm doing good. He actually does like the Phillies. I like any team except the Dodgers and the Cubs. Of course, since I'm a Cardinals fan. Oh, you're a Sorry, Ethan. I thought you were a Cardinals fan since your picture is a Cardinals logo. Um, you just were cheering on the Braves last night. Apologies there. Um, sorry, but I'm with you. Don't like the Dodgers. I don't like the Cubs either. I don't know why I don't like the Cubs as a Giants fan. I just don't. Maybe 2016, them knocking us out, but I don't like the Cubs. As the 0 pitch here to Marcus Simeon is fouled off, and it's 0-1. Yep, Scott. Yeah, not great there. So 2-0 Mets early. The Mets games recently have either been 8-0 Mets or 8-0 to the opposing team. Ramos should be back against the A's or Braves, likely one of the last two games versus the Athletics. And Scott says, I don't know if March was going to get to that ball, but a better route might have kept the runner from scoring. Yeah, Scott, you're probably right. As Zimzim says, Oakland game 2 is realistic. And let me check the Giants schedule for you, Bob. As Bob says, I expect Hauser to pitch against either the A's or the Braves on the next homestand, which as the O2 pitch here to Simeon's outside. Yes, just looking here. Yeah, we do play the Athletics in the next homestand. As Bob says, Zimzim says, sorry, Bob, no offense, but what is up with no offense? What is up with your spelling? Look, it can be tricky on a computer as that pitch is just outside and it's 2-2. Ethan says, I'm a big Cardinals fan, went to a game in 2011, and the only reason I like the Braves is because I want them to destroy the Dodgers and win the World Series. Well, I agree with you, Ethan. I want anyone to destroy the Dodgers. Cannot see them get a three-peat, as that pitch is fouled off to Marcus Simeon, and it will remain 2-2. Hauser, Bob's going to struggle against the A's lineup. Good lineup in Oakland. He struggles against any lineups anyway. But that's sick, Ethan. Do you is that the only ever game you've been to in 2011, or do you go to games often? As the 2-2 pitch here to Marcus Simeon by Nola is a drive to left field, out of play foul, and it will remain 2-2. Simeon got traded from the Rangers to the Mets. As Zimzim says, I think Giants sweep Miami. We will see. As there's a strike down the middle that will end the inning. As Simeon strikes out, we go to the bottom of the first. The Mets do score two though, and look, as we like to do here on Jolly Good Takes, we're gonna play the Boom Boom Baseball song at the end of every inning. There is a home run, so hit the song, and we'll be back in 10 seconds.
When Liam streams your game, it's boom boom baseball, high, deep, and never coming back.
So the Mets and Juan Soto hit a home run. That's why we're at 2-0 after the double by Ewing as well. Zimzim's getting annoyed by Bob's spelling, but it could be autocorrect, Zimzim. As Ethan says, I've been to about 10 to 11 over the years. In 2011, he was not even 1 year old. That is that's crazy, Ethan. But you've been to double the amount of games I've been to then in the UK. I've been to 2 series in my lifetime. As Bob says, that's not true. How's a pitch good against the Padres? Bob, he did pitch. He has the odd game where he's good, but overall he's a bit shaky. But how do you grade the season so far for the Giants, Bob? What's your opinion? As Zimzim says, and what does Hauser pitch Hauser? Zimzim, it means Hauser pitched good against the Padres. As Scott's saying, leave Bob alone. Come on, Zimzim. Zimzim's trying to understand what he's saying. I can it's hard to type sometimes. As Ethan says, it was 2 weeks after you were born. 2 weeks after you were born, and you're at a Cardinals game. Wow. I bet you have no memories of that, or maybe you do. If you have any memories, that's pretty sick. But you've been a proper Cardinals fan since you were 2 weeks old, which is cool. So Trey Turner then is going to lead off here for the Phillies. As Zimzim, calm down, Zimzim. You're getting too rude. As the 0 pitch here to Trey Turner is a strike down the middle. Sean Manaea, the former Giant and Oakland Athletic, is the pitcher for the Mets. And Sean Manaea is 1-2 with a 4.78 ERA. And he has a 5.3 career ERA against the Philadelphia Phillies, as it's 0-2 here to Trey Turner. By the way, guys, does everyone hate the Mets? Just asking. As the 0-2 pitch to Turner, I think hit him there. It did. So a big mistake there by Manaea as he hits Trey Turner. Not what you want to do after your offense gives you 2 runs in the top of the inning. So Trey Turner in an 0-2 count will reach. As Zim Zim says, F the Mets. I will only swear, Zim Zim, if it really is necessary. As Ethan says, he has no memories. The first memory I have was 2014. So when you were 3. That's still pretty cool. As Zim Zim is now getting carried away. So leave Bob alone, Zim Zim. We want to welcome new guests. Don't start attacking them. Apologies, Bob. Ethan, who do I want to win the game? I want the Phillies to win the game. For Scott in our chat, Ethan is a Phillies fan. He lives about 40 miles north of Philadelphia. So we want Scott to win. He did move from California though, which is how he found us. As Schwarber takes outside and it's 1-0. So I need to. There's no runners on base. Sorry, I forgot to change that as I was reading all your guys' comments. As Bob says he's only 26. Come on, Zim Zim, leave our guests alone. As it's 1-0 here, 2-0, sorry, to Schwarber. As no, I know, Zim Zim. We're just having a bit of fun. But the fact that you are taking that literally is making me feel like you're 9. Right, all right. As the 2-0 pitch here to Kyle Schwarber is a foul ball off the catcher, and Alvarez here is slow to get up as he took one there. Zim Zim, he's definitely not a child from the UK since they banned all UK people from using social media. Although that hasn't actually been introduced yet. But Scott says don't want a 223 hitter to lead off. Yeah, I don't blame you. I I'm much happier with Luis Arraez batting 323 leading off. As Kyle Schwarber then is ahead 2-1. We'll see what he can do with this pitch. Yes, Ethan, I do want the Phillies to win. As Kyle Schwarber hits a line drive to right field, that's a base hit. That's going to put runners at first and second. As I'm all over myself with the graphics here. Got to lock in here. As Ethan says, fun fact, I live 20 minutes from Busch Stadium. I think Busch Stadium and the Cardinals are underrated this year. They are 40 and 21. This is I think Ethan they're 40 and 31. Don't want to correct you, but I think let me check. I believe they're 40 and 31. As here's Bryce Harper. Um and it's what is supposed to be a rebuild year. This team is going to be in the playoffs. Let's hope for you, Ethan, they keep it up. And you have got to be excited as Harper takes a called strike and it's owned one on the outside corner. You've got to be excited. The young team, they are playing so well. So to be 9 games over 500 with that young players, JJ Weatherholt, as Harper takes outside, is probably going to win Rookie of the Year. Now, I'd like it to be Bryce Eldridge, but JJ Weatherholt's probably going to be Rookie of the Year. That's going to net you an extra draft pick in next year's draft as well, if he does. So, future's looking bright. And yeah, 9 games above Ethan, yeah. As Harper hits a ground ball to the second baseman, Simeon. Simeon will fire it over to Bichette, who will fire it over to the first baseman. They only get one out though, and it'll be runners at the corners with that one out, and a chance for the Mets, chance for the Phillies, sorry, to eat into the lead already. Um, Zim Zim says, "How can you misspell the name of someone? Do it majestic." As Zim Zim, you put Bob put Bryce Aldridge. Okay. Uh, Bob thinks the Giants should have Bryce Eldridge lead off. Um, I'm not against him leading off as that pitch is fouled off by Alec Boehm, and that's because the Dodgers do it with Shohei Ohtani, right? Teams like to put their best hitters in the leadoff spot. Cardinals, JJ Weatherholt. Now Jordan Walker, you could argue is their best hitter, or Alec Burleson, but JJ Weatherholt's leading off. So more than happy if um they want to put Eldridge lead off as Boehm's going to hit a ground ball. That one's going to get through for a base hit. That's going to score a run. It's going to be 2-1 here to the Phillies as Alec Boehm with an RBI single there. So 2-1. A high-scoring start here. So, Scott, it's not over yet, as Zim wants a poll. Uh, Zim, I'm not going to start a poll, but I think we know which way you'd vote because we're going to leave Bob alone because Bob's welcome anytime. As the 0 pitch here to Brendan Marsh is a swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-1. Ethan says, I know you don't stay up to date, but what time do the Cardinals play today? Is it 6 Central Time? Well, with a few clicks of a button here, I can check for you, Ethan. The Cardinals play. I'm on Sunday. They do play on Sunday, but that's not looking good. It's 7:40 Eastern, which is 6:40 Central. So 6:40 Central, Ethan, is when the Cardinals play, as it's 1-1 here to Marsh. Zimzim says, Bob, if you are dyslexic, I apologize. If not, you're a toddler. As Brandon Marsh takes a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Zimzim, that's enough. Leave Bob alone. Autocorrection is a thing here on the computer. So you've said your piece, but that's all for now. As the 1-2 pitch to Marsh is a swing and a miss. As Bryce Harper tries to third, he is gonna be out, and that's gonna end the inning. A double play as the Cardinals may challenge it. So they get one run as there is a double play then to end the inning. They're not going to challenge it. We go to the top of the second. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. Well, don't know why Harper was trying to steal third there. Yeah, Scott, that was almost like oh crap, I was never going to swing at that. And then when he did, he realized it was too late. As Ethan says, he'll be here for a while. No worries, Ethan. Hopefully we can keep you entertained until the Cardinals game starts. As Zimson says, not for Bryce Aldridge. Well, I think Bob may no longer be here now, Zimzim, because you've been so aggressive. But we know who he meant, so that's the most important thing. Yeah, Marsh so far not had a great game. Misplayed the ball in right and then a ugly swing there. But Scott, what was Bryce Harper doing trying to steal third? So the Phillies get one after the Mets scored two in the top of the inning. And we go to the top of the second. And due up for the Mets in this inning will be Brett Beatty, MJ Melendez, and Francisco Alvarez. Did I, Ethan? Oh, I apologize. I was thinking of the Cardinals because of you. So I apologize there. The Phillies aren't going to challenge the play. My apologies. Thank you for autocorrect. Not auto. Thank you for correcting me, Ethan. If I ever make a mistake, feel free to correct me because I'm always trying to get better. As Scott says, Harper has made a few boneheaded base running decisions this year. Has he? See, it's not just the Giants that do it. It It's, I think every team, but, when a veteran does it, it's so infuriating. Harper, what are you doing? You're looking dangerous. You strung together a few hits. There's been a few walks or a walk. No need to, steal third, especially when there's 1 out and 2 outs after the, strikeout. There's no advantage really at being at third base unless there's a wild pitch. As Zimson says, "Okay, now that Bob is gone, he was definitely a 5-year-old iPad kid. Let's be for real." Um, I, believe he was 26, Zimzim. Um, now, if we wanna speculate about age, Spencer will tell you, that, old man Devers is not really what he says he is. But, Scott, I agree. Yeah, spelling wasn't amazing, but, it's not a spelling competition here on Jolly Good Takes, as, Scott says you're on your own. So, Brett Beatty takes a strike on the outside corner. Brett Beatty, took like the last player in baseball to get a walk. So he probably belongs on the Giants because the Giants have the least walks in baseball. As the 0-1 pitch to Beatty is a swing and a foul ball, and it's 0-2. Zimson says that Bro was speaking Malagasy. Okay, some random stuff. We knew what he meant, Zimzim. I could understand him. I think Zimzim's in that mood where it's like, screw the Mets, screw the Phillies, screw the screw the Dodgers, and he's taking it out on Bob now. As it's 0-2 here to Brett Beatty. Aaron Nola in the wind-up. His pitch is a swing and a foul tip into Realmuto's glove, and that is the first out of the inning. So Beatty goes down on strikes. All right, Ethan. Thanks for that comment. That's I appreciate that. You even went back to check, and you said we make mistakes. I appreciate it, Ethan. Now it's luckily I don't get paid by any of the teams. As Anthony, what's up, Anthony? As LJ Melendez takes a ball inside, and it's 1-0. Oh well, no Giants baseball, but at least we don't have to watch the shitty Giants pitching. Well, that's you're not wrong there. As Zim Zim, we had a guy called Bob come in, Zim Zim, Anthony, and Zim Zim has not really taken well to him and his spelling. As there's a called strike to MJ Melendez, a curveball at the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Um, Anthony, Zim Zim classes it as a sweep because we took 2 out of 2 games after they postponed game number 3. Are you in that camp as that pitch is fouled off into the Phillies dugout? Ethan's now having a go at Zim Zim. As Zim Zim says 1877, learn to spell. Spell. Learn to spell 18. Okay, you're doing the song. As the 1-2 pitch here to MJ Melendez is a close pitch, but inside at 94, and it's 2-2. As Spencer, how you doing? Um, please welcome Bob to the chat. As Zim Zim's not been a big fan of Bob, so Spencer, please welcome him and be nice. As it's 3-2 here to MJ Melendez. As Bob says, I thought the sweep is usually 3 games. I know, but the Giants are the only team that haven't had a sweep this year, and since they only played 2, I want to count it as a mini sweep. As Anthony says, Marley Lurie on Giant Sports Talk Live was being delusional as you know what. As there's a swing and a miss by MJ Melendez for the second out. Um, I completely agree with you, Anthony. When he was talking about the Brewers could trade for Matt Chapman and extend him. What was he going on about? The Brewers would never trade for Matt Chapman in that contract, let alone extend him. As Ethan, that's a good comment. Zim your bum or zip it, you know. I like that comment, Ethan. As Scott says, Zim Zim's being a bully to Bob. I know, Zim Zim, you need to calm down. As Francisco Alvarez fouls that pitch out, and it's 0-1. It was a 3-game series, not 2. I know, I know. It technically wasn't a sweep, but for the morale, we'll count it as a sweep. Zim Zim says, when the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, oh baby. It's bye-bye, baby. As the 0-1 pitch here to Francisco Alvarez is low, and it's 1-1. Bob says, do you think we trade Rafi Devers? Bob, I don't know about you. I would love to trade Rafi Devers. However, I do not think we will. And that's because his contract's too big. As the 1-1 pitch is a cool strike. Alvarez is going to challenge it as he taps his helmet immediately, and he's going to win that challenge because the pitch was low. Instead of it being 1-2, it will be 2-1. Yeah, Bob, if we could, I think we would. I just think his contract is too much. As Ethan says, shut up. You can't say that you have never made a spelling mistake. If you do, you're lying right to our faces, so stop it. As Zim Zim said, Zim Zim's congratulating Bob on finally getting a spelling right. Ethan, your point is totally correct. I make spelling mistakes all the time. I'm actually a shocking speller. As the 2-1 pitch here to Francisco Alvarez is a sharp foul ball, and it'd be 2-2. As that's a ball, dude, or a ball lady. She played that perfectly off the wall, and it'd be 2-2. Uh, Zim Zim, just we're having fun. As Anthony says, thinking the Giants could win 15 out of 20, or the Brewers wanting Matt Chapman. I know, I know. As Alvarez hits a line drive to left field, that's going to get down for a base hit. So 2 out base hit for Francisco Alvarez, and the top of the Mets lineup will be back up. Zim Zim says he's kidding, Bird fan. As Scott says, I think Alvarez needs to go on Ozempic. Yes, maybe the fat jab may be maybe good for him, but we're not going to fat shame people here. Scott, I will just give you a thumbs up for that comment. Um, Zim Zim's had a couple of beers. Well, there you go. If this is what crazy Zim Zim's been like, but the Giants aren't winning 15 out of 20, Anthony, with their pitching. Not no shot. As there's a ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit as Marsh picks it up. So Bench then singles. It's going to be runners at first and second, and Nola then was looking to have a clean inning, but in a bit of trouble now. As Zim Zim says, he thinks Riley Telez needs it more. I'm with you on Riley Telez. I do not like that guy since he talked a load of crap about the Giants. As Ethan says, I'm in high school and can't spell to save my life. Thank God for autocorrect. You say thank God for autocorrect. There's so many times, Ethan, when I'm messaging and then autocorrect changes it for me. As Anthony says, can't wait Marley to return. I'm so excited. I know he's a great pitcher, isn't he, Anthony? Definitely going to win a lot of games with him coming back. I do like Marty Laurie as well, but no, Glenn couldn't believe the things he was saying last night. As Zim Zim, if you want to see that was on Giant Sports Talk Live on YouTube. Shout out to them, as there's a called strike. Sometimes Eric, the one of the hosts on there, does come into our show, and we do some watch-alongs. Sometimes he's in the chat. Sometimes I go on his show as well, as its own too. To Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette is batting 381 in the month of June. As the 0-2 pitch to Bo Bichette is a weak ground ball to the right field. Harper's going to pick it up, flip it over to Nola. Nice play there by the Phillies. And we are going to the bottom of the second. 2-1 Mets still, as a couple of 2-out hits do not come back to bite him. As Ethan, do I know if the Cardinals play the Giants this year? They do. They still have to play them twice. I will tell you the dates of them as well after I just quickly change this. As oh, Zim Zim actually watched it live. Okay, Zim Zim. So you do know about them. I thought it was a good show on there last night. As Spencer says he saw that. He saw some of that, and he may be losing some of his marbles. Well, as me and Ethan know, because we're both under 20, I think. Um, young minds are smarter than the old brain heads. No, I'm only joking. As Bob says, Marty Lurie said something about you're not out of it until you're 9 games out with 5 to go. He said that last year. Well, he says a lot of things, Bob, but this Giants team are probably done. As Zim Zim says, he also did one with Glenn Kuiper. And Zim Zim also says Marty Lurie is a bit senile now. And Scott says, I watched that episode. I think Marty is in denial and dreaming. I completely agree with you. I actually like the dude, but I think he was a bit too positive. As Bob says, I find I will check for you, Ethan, as well. I have not forgot. I find that I find the Brewers. If I'm the Brewers, I want Jackson Churio on the Giants. That's the only way I'm getting rid of Chapman. Bob, I would love Jackson Churio, but there's no way they would trade him for Matt Chapman. But if you could, I definitely would. As I'm just going to check for Ethan when we play the Cardinals. As Spence says, we're behind 8 teams, and I think 5 of them are over 500. We are still 12 under despite playing well as of late. Exactly, Spencer. We play the Cardinals. Ethan, we play them, I believe it's in September. Yes, we play both series against the Cardinals in September. September the 8th, sorry, 7th, 8th, and 9th, as the pitch to Sosa is inside and it's 1-0. And we play them on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of September. So the 1-0 pitch here to Sosa is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Ethan says, in your opinion, Liam, which MLB teams aren't playing to their potential and what teams are doing better than expected? The White Sox, question mark. So the White Sox are definitely playing better than expected. Another team playing better than expected is the Tampa Bay Rays. As there's a drive to left center field, that one's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to get to the wall. And Sosa, is he going to try for three? He is going to try for three, and he is safe. So a lead-off triple there for Sosa. We saw his speed kill the Giants earlier in the season, and he used his speed there for a lead-off triple. And Rays and White Sox are definitely overperforming. The Cardinals, your guys' team, definitely overperforming. The um the Rockies are actually doing better than people thought as well, although they have tailed off. But the Rockies are still crap. The Nationals are a big overperformer. They've been one of the best offenses in all of baseball. As Bryson Stott takes a strike there, and it's owned one. The Brewers, I think everyone thought they were gonna be good, but after trading Freddie Peralta, did anyone think they were gonna be 18 games over? As that pitch is outside and it's 1-1. The Guardians, slightly overperforming expectations, definitely the White Sox, and, that's it. For under expectations, as the 1-1 pitch here to Stott is a, ground ball. Sosa's gonna hold at third as the out will be made at first base. So 1 out here. Smart play there by Sosa to hold at third, otherwise he would have been thrown out. And, the teams that are overperforming, Ethan, I would have to say sorry, underperforming, let me clarify, underperforming. I'd have to say the Houston Astros are underperforming. The Texas Rangers, slightly underperforming. The Royals and the Tigers are the 2 of the biggest disappointments in the whole of the AL, as that pitch is outside to JT Realmuto. The Red Sox, massively underperforming. The Blue Jays and the Orioles also underperforming. In the NL, I've got to say the Mets, as that pitch is high and it's 2-0 to JT Realmuto are underperforming, and the Giants are underperforming. So they would be my teams that are underperforming and overperforming. As let me catch up with some of the comments here. Anthony says he's watching the Flying Squirrels play instead of MLB tonight. I don't blame you, Anthony, as Realmuto fouls that pitch off and it's 2-1. The Flying Squirrels, Bo Davidson. I love watching Bo Davidson play. Parks Harbour, he's an interesting watch as well. Um, Zimson thinks Marty needs to retire, and he also says he couldn't comprehend as Realmuto swings and misses and it's 2-2, that we should trade a rise and that he won't re-sign with us most likely if we keep him all year. I agree. He probably would not re-sign with us. I think he came here in the first place because he got to work with Ron Washington. But I think it'll be whoever pays him the most, and I don't see that being the Giants. Uh, yeah, Zim, still no Wilson or Insane. They could be doing other things as the 2-2 pitch is outside and it's a full count. Um, Anthony says, I already read that one out. The Giants are 7.5 out the wild card race. They need to win about 10 games in a row, and then we can maybe look at the wild card race. Scott says that is Triples Alley at Citizens Bank Park as Real Muto fouls that pitch off. Yep, the left centre field does get pretty deep there as Sosa with a nice triple. These Philly unis are my favorite 1980s road jerseys when they had Mike Schmidt. I like the baby blue Phillies unis. As the full count pitch here by Manaea to Realmuto is a high pop up. That's going to be playable. Bichette or Beatty. Bichette's going to call it Beatty off. He's going to make the catch. And very Giants like here. 2 unproductive outs with a runner at third. And they will now need a base hit to score that run. Um, Spencer says, oh, I've lost it then. Uh, Sorry there. Ethan says, I think the only reason the Tampa Bay Rays weren't good last year is probably because they didn't play in their actual stadium. That could be a big part, as there's a cool strike in its own one. If you're a GM, you've got to build your team to fit the stadium you play in. And when you're playing in a minor league park in the division with the Yankees and the Blue Jays, it's going to be hard to pitch against those teams in that ballpark. As Spencer says, seems like most of the teams had the powder blue road unis back then. Did the Giants, Spencer, ever have any baby or powder blue or baby blue unis? Probably not. As the A1 pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And that was a strike, but there's going to be no challenge. So it's 1-1 here to Derek Hill. Bob says the Giants are 7.5 at the wild card. He repeated that. As Wilson is listening, so I'm just scrolling up Wilson, so I will get to that comment. As the 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Derek Hill, and it's 1-2. Spencer, how many teams are ahead of them for the last wildcard spot? 7 or 8? Let me check that for you. If no one else has put it in the chat, as there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. As there's a ground ball, that one's going to be straight to Simeon. Simeon will fire it over for out number 3. So the Phillies then waste their lead off triple, cannot score. That feels big for Sean Manaea there. We go to the top of the third, and it is 2-1 Mets. As Ethan, you got a 20-minute warning before the Cardinals play. 20-minute warning. So no outs and no runners on base. And Scott, if they're gonna be successful in the playoffs, they've got to score in those type of scenarios. As there's 2 down, yeah. Very Giants-esque, Spencer says. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Wilson said, I'm here, but I'm driving home, just listening for now. Hey, Spencer and Zim. Yes, Wilson, I even appreciate if you're driving and listening, then that is much appreciated. I think that's amazing that people will drive and they'll go on a walk and listen to us. That means what we're doing is really helping. As Spencer says, you'll never walk alone. And Zimzum says, hi, Wilson. So, me and Bob are beefing. Yeah, I don't know if Bob's liking it, but he is. As Spencer said, they did not have any powder blue unis, just grey unis. I'm not a big fan of the Giants grey unis, to be honest. But they don't wear them too often now. On the road, of course, but as you must say, they do wear them often, just on the road. I like when they wear the black unis, actually. I really like the black unis. City Connects and greys are probably the worst 2 unis. But I always like the cream uniforms, and I do like the orange as well for Friday. As Zimson says, I'm not actually, but everyone else is taking it seriously. As Ethan says, I don't know if anyone from this chat watches Bomber Game Mike. Do you, Liam? I have started to watch Paul D, and I thought his commentary was great. So I definitely wanted to leave a comment. And what he's doing for Cardinals fans is amazing. Since they have not got a play-by-play radio station, what he's doing over there to help fans who can't get the game, whether it's on Netflix, Apple TV, Fox, ESPN, all the things you've got over there. I think what he's doing is amazing. Scott said, so frustrating, lead off triple and can't bring him home. That is very, very Giants-esque, Scott. If you're going to win in the playoffs, you have got to get that runner in. Spencer says, way too many. 2-1 after 2. And who do the Cards have, Bird? So, Bird, Spencer's asking you a question. Who do the Cardinals have today? But don't worry, you don't have to answer that as Soto takes the ball. The Cardinals are playing the Royals in Kansas City today. And Scott says, as the 1-0 pitch, Soto's in the dirt and it's 2-0. Juan Soto hit a home run last time up. Scott says, I don't know how much beefing Bob is doing. Seems one way to me. As Bob says, so can we beat the Marlins and we'll be okay? Let's just take it one game at a time. You win that game and then on to tomorrow. As a 2-0 pitch to Soto is a drive to right field. That ball is going to be playable. Is it? It is going to be, no, it's going to be a home run for Juan Soto. He looked frustrated, like, oh my God, I did not think I hit a home run. That ball just carried 373 feet. That is why Citizens Bank Park is a hitter-friendly park. Juan Soto with his second home run of the game. 3-1 Mets. It's Boom Boom Baseball here on Jolly Good Takes.
When Liam streams your game, it's Boom Boom Baseball. High, deep, and never coming back.
Scott, that was a sinker right down the middle. As I could not believe that left the yard. Juan Soto, he looked so angry after he hit that. Like, damn, I should have been crushing that pitch down the middle for a home run. As it's 1-0 here to Young. But it turns out he did crush it for a home run. I thought, no way that's going out. And then the centre fielder, Crawford, just kept going back and back as there's a swing and a miss. By the way, Trey Turner, after being hit by the pitch, Scott, is out of the game. So we've got a few substitutions. Crawford has came in and is now the centre fielder. Souza has gone to shortstop, and Hill has gone to right field. As there's a swing and a miss by Young, and it's 1-2. Jared Young, 30 years old, Mets first baseman today. Ethan says, I really hope that I can see Paul today. He has been gone a while. Oh, really, Ethan? Let's hope you can, as that pitch is low and it's 2-2. Um, let's hope you can see Paul. As does he know? Does he normally show his face, Ethan? Because the last times I've been checking, it's just been the radio voice. Is that why? As Scott says, that's the second high fastball through to him. Go for a home run. As a 2-2 pitch is a drive to centre field. That was carrying. Crawford, though, will make the catch for out number one. Some loud contact off of Aaron Nola here. Zim Zim, I think it's I think Ethan's saying that he's just not showing himself and just doing the voice. But if I'm wrong, Ethan, then let us know. As Spencer says, 4-0 now in favour of the 51st state against Qatar. So Canada are beating Qatar 4-0. Is that right? As the 0 pitch is low. We will not. Canada is not the 51st state, by the way. I do want to clarify that. I know Spencer said that, but I'm not saying that in the UK. So 1-0 here to Ewing. Ewing with an RBI double last time up. He takes low and it's 2-0. As Ethan says, I think if he isn't here today, it's been a week, I think. And yes, he does show his face. Yeah. Because since I've been watching, it's just been the radio. So that's good to hear though. As a 2-0 pitch is a called strike and it's 2-1. Zim Zim says, let Spencer have the joke. God damn, Liam. All right, all right. If there's any Canadians watching though, I do not want them getting abused. As Scott says, Qatar has been down a man for most of the game. And did I see someone say they were down to 9? Anthony said they're down to 9. As there's a drive to left centre field. Crawford is going to make another catch for out number 2. As there has been a lot of loud outs here. Bob says, why did the Giants send down Carson Wizardhunt again? He pitched well last night. Bob, he was just called up as the 27th man. You normally only get 26 players on the Major League roster, but because there was a double header and a rain delay, he was brought up just for that game. I think the guys in here would agree with me. I would like to see Wizardhunt over a Manaea or a Hauser, but he didn't look great, so I think they still want him to develop in AAA. As Zim Zim says, Carson Wednesday Hunt. As the 1-0 pitch here to Simeon is fouled out of play, and it's 1-1. Zim Zim, you had to go at Bob there, but he did get it right. He did say Carson Wednesday Hunt again. He pitched well last night. That's an auto correction, Zim Zim. As Spencer says, Nola isn't fooling anyone. Some loud outs. Yeah, you're absolutely right. As that pitch is fouled off by Marcus Simeon, and it's 1-2. Carson Wednesday Hunt. He did pitch on a Wednesday, Zim Zim. I like it. Scott, I'm a Starmer lover. Definitely not. Definitely not. As Ethan says, do you think the Mariners are? I don't like any of our politicians. As the 1-2 pitch to Simeon is a line drive. That one's going to be a base hit up the middle. As who's playing shortstop again for the Phillies? Sosa, who moved over, could not make the play as it came off his glove, and that'd be a 2-out single for Simeon. Zimzum has a question for me. No, I think this social media thing's stupid. He needs to go. As Ethan says, do you think the Mariners are over or underperforming or doing what people expected? I think they started the season underperforming, but I think they're slowly turning it around. But I would say they are slightly underperforming still, but it's trending in the right direction. As Brett Beatty takes high and it's 1-0. Zim, am I a communist? No. I hate communism. I'm all for capitalism. Definitely not a communist. As Spencer says, NL West stinks. You mean the AL West stinks? A's a 2 under and only a game or two out. Scott says, I'm for sure not a communist. Definitely not. Um, I do not like Russia. As Ethan, I appreciate you for joining. Enjoy Paul D's stream. Hopefully he's back. Thanks for joining, Ethan. I hope I see you again. Until next time, go Cardinals as well. And apologies, Spencer, because you do not like the Cardinals. But enjoy the stream. And I may check in, Ethan. I may check in for the end of that game. As it's 2-1 here to Brett Beatty. Zim, so you hate Trump. I'm not going to get all political on Trump, Zim. As the 2-1 pitch. And there's a pick of attempt there. Simeon's back safely. Zimzin says, take care. Go Royal, Spencer said. No, we know you mean that, Spencer. Yeah, I have no opinion on the politician side of Donald Trump. That's all I can say. I don't know what he's doing for the American economy enough. I don't know enough about American politics to say if he's doing a good or a bad job. So that's what I'm gonna have to say on Donald Trump. Obviously, I have opinions of him as a guy, but look, as long as the US and the United Kingdom get along, then I'm not too fussed about who the president of the United States is. As it's a full count here to Brett Beatty. Anthony says the Qatar second red card was for a leg fracture challenge on Kone, who is now on his way to the operating room to fix his leg. So that means it was high, probably stud showing. That's not good. That's not what we like to see. When it's a blowout as well, that is what you hate to see in tournament football. So 3-2 here to Brett Beatty. He took a timeout. As Bob says, do you think the Giants trade Logan Webb? I heard it's not available. He's not available. As there's a high pop up, Crawford going back will make the catch. Sorry, keep calling him Sosa. I get confused between Sosa and Crawford. So the Mets score 1 on the Juan Soto home run here on Jolly Good Takes. It's boom, boom, baseball.
When Liam streams your game, it's boom, boom, baseball. High, deep, and never coming back.
So we go to the bottom of the third here. 3-1, the Mets lead. Again, thank you, Ethan, for joining. Always appreciated. Soto with 2 home runs today. That's probably what you would expect if you're a Mets fan when you're paying the dude the amount of money they're paying him. $750 million, is it? I mean, I like Juan Soto, but no baseball player is worth that much money. Steve Cohn, the Mets owner, it doesn't bother him, but Giants were never in the Juan Soto sweepstakes. As Zimzim says, you told me before you don't mind him. Yeah, Zimzim, I look, I don't hate him, I don't love him. Um, that's what I'm gonna say, Zimzim. Yeah, I think the Giants trade Logan Webb. I do not think the Giants are gonna trade Logan Webb. I would love for them to trade Logan Webb. As much as I like Logan Webb, he doesn't fit this team's timeline. But they're not gonna trade Logan Webb, Bob. I don't see that in any chance of him being traded. Zimzim says, have you asked Webb if his pronoun is it? All right. Sorry, Bob, your last message just disappeared there. Apologies. I was about to read it out. If you want to put it again so I can read it out, then no worries. As Spencer says, the comments are flying today. So a lot of good comments on this. Well, it's turned into an off day for the Giants. Will they trade the Webb? Zimzim says. Spencer says, anyone who gives us prospects in return, we should trade. We're not going anywhere anyways. That's kind of my mindset. Build around Bryce Eldridge. That's what I think we should do, guys. Build around Bryce Eldridge. Bryce Eldridge has been so much fun to watch. So we're getting ready for the bottom of the third here. Crawford then in the game for Trey Turner will be leading off. Now it is a lefty on a lefty, so not ideal, Scott. Not ideal for the Phillies. As the 1-0 pitch, he goes for a bunt attempt, but he cannot lay the bat on it, and it's 1-1. So 3-1 to the Mets. Juan Soto's 2 home runs so far are the difference. I think Zim Zim likes the thinks the way I pronounce Juan Soto a bit funny. As there's a foul ball and it's 1-2 here to the centre fielder now for the Phillies. Oh my God, Zim Zim, you are you are having a go at Bob. So 1-2 here to Crawford. Manaea, he fires. That's outside, and it's 2-2. Scott, yeah, that it's like the same thing with Chris Sale as well. It comes out from so far to the hitter's right that it's almost impossible to track it. As a 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss by Crawford, and that'll be a strikeout. So as we said, a tough at bat there. And Kyle Schwarber will now be up. Kyle Schwarber had a base hit his last time up. Juan Soto and Kyle Schwarber lead the NL in slugging this season. As Spencer says, that's a K and that's 1 down as Kyle Schwarber takes high and outside and is 1-0. So 1-0 here as Schwarber fouls that pitch off and it's 1-1. Bob's saying KNBR was saying the Giants should trade Jung-Hoo Lee. That's an interesting one. Again, if you can get your good prospects, then I think we should trade Jung-Hoo Lee. As fun as he is to watch, I want to go full rebuild, full young mode. So that's my opinion there, as it's 1-2 here to Kyle Schwarber. What about you, Bob? What do you think? Do you think we should trade Jung-Hoo Lee? As there's a swing and a miss. Schwarber, though, is going to run to first as that one got in the dirt. And Schwarber's going to be safe as that throw gets past the first baseman, Young. That one's going to get to the netting there. And Schwarber's going to get to his second base on a strikeout. Well, well, well. Schwarber gets to second on the strikeout. Crazy play there. That pitch got away from Francisco Alvarez. And Schwarber, who realized it, had a good hustle there. Arguably, there you could call Schwarber out for running in the baseline if you want to be a bit critical. As it is, it's going to be a runner in scoring position on the strikeout. That pitch was too good for the catcher and the pitcher, the catcher and the hitter there. I know, Spencer. The Giants couldn't. Not the end of the Jung-Hoo crew. As the 0 pitch is low to Bryce Harper. Anthony, it's now 5-0 to Canada. Oh, poor Qatar. Never been to Qatar, but Qatar Airways are pretty nice. As there was an own goal as the 1-0 pitch to Harper is low. I saw Jonathan David scored twice for Canada. As yeah, Qatar 2 men sent off Homam El Amin and Asim Madibo. Zim Zim. Um, uh, sorry, you see, you got my attention now. No, I saw you were saying trade Lee. If it's attacking Bob Zim Zim, then I will ignore it. I'll let you and Bob discuss that. But he said, I seriously don't know if Bob has spelled a single thing right today. Well, he did get Rafi Devers right. So yeah. As Bryce Harper then hits a high fly ball to left field. Juan Soto running over. Soto still running. He slides and makes a good catch there for out number 2. Lovely sliding catch there by Juan Soto in left field. So it's the Juan Soto show today in Philadelphia. He's hit 2 home runs and made a nice sliding catch there for the second out. As insane, what's up? How you doing on this Giants now off day? We're watching the Mets v the Phillies, and our good old friend Sean Manaea as a boom hits a drive to right field. That ball is gonna be a fair ball. That's gonna score a run. Schwarber crosses home easily as he goes. Boom's gonna have a little bloop. Fair ball double down the right field line, and it's gonna be 3-2. I had to pause there for a while because they don't show me the umpire there, but it's 3-2 as Bohm with his second hit of the game. So neither of these pitchers are doing very well today. As who was it in right field? Was it Ewing in right field? Couldn't make the catch. Sorry, it was who spent Benge. Sorry, Benge in right field couldn't make the catch. As Spencer says, I thought it was pronounced cutter. I'm not sure I've heard it both ways. And he said, hey, insane. And insane. You can't wait for the USA game tomorrow as that pitches in the dirt to Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh is not having a great game. Who USA got tomorrow? Australia or it's Australia, right? Because Zim's going to Turkey, Paraguay. So it must be Australia. Yeah, Zim literally just put it in the chat. As there's a ground ball, that's going to be a fair ball to Young. Young will flip it over to Manaea for out number 3. So Bohm then with the RBI double. The Phillies will score 1 and answer the Juan Soto home run. We go to the top of the 4th. 3-2 and a good game so far as the umpires are going to have a meeting. Oh my God, guys. I don't know if you know the umpires, but CB Buckner is one of the umpires for this game. I wish, Scott, you and your Phillies good luck when he's behind home plate. That dude is due for an absolute stinker of a game. So we go to the top of the 4th. It's 3-2 Mets. As Zimzim says, Bob, stop talking about irrelevant crap. But Bob, how about getting Kevin Gaursman back? He is a free agent, Zimzim, so it's a fair question. And Spencer confirms it is Australia. Yeah, it's a fair question. Bob, Kevin Gaursman is my absolute favorite pitcher in baseball. I try and watch as many of his starts as possible. I absolutely love Kevin Gaursman. I was so sad when he left the Giants. He's still my favorite pitcher, even though he's not on the Giants. I absolutely love Kevin Gaursman. So I'd get Kevin Gaursman back on a 2-year deal. Why not? He's got to be better than Marley and Hauser. Zim Zim. You see, this is why I ignore your messages. As Insane says, the prices to the World Cup games are crazy expensive, especially the USA game. It's like the Super Bowl. Yeah. To me, a football match is not worth spending it. Now, I go to football matches every week, right? Not currently because it's the off season, but I go to football matches every week. So to me, there's no way I would spend it. But when I go to an NFL game or a baseball game, to me that's super exciting. So it's the same for you guys. But no, that's crazy. That's crazy prices for football matches. I think that it's not right. I know the demand is so high and that's why, but yeah, it's not right. And you want everyone to have the opportunity to go to a football game as it is a once in a lifetime thing. Having the World Cup there and being able to watch a good game. As Zim, I hope the Turkey Paraguay game is good. Now I know you got the tickets for cheaper, but I still hope it's good. As Scott says, Buckner is the new Angel Hernandez. Yeah, I mean that dude was crap. As the 0 pitch to MJ Melendez is a called strike on the outside. Isn't there that famous clip of Bryce Harper running down to him down the third base line and shouting at him? Oh, Spencer, CB Buckner is terrible, trust me. As the 0-1 pitch here to Melendez is high and inside, and it's 1-1. Insane. Qatar's just that bad. Qatar's just that bad. As Zimzim says, well, $1,600 for 4 tickets to a World Cup game, so close to me, once in a lifetime. I couldn't spend that much money, but That's because I don't make anywhere near that much money to, pay for something like that. Um, but I don't blame you. It is once in a lifetime. As, Zim Zim does not believe Bob. I believe Bob. You're just born in 2000, Bob. Just born this century. As Spencer says, Hernandez was so bad he would be a mediocre ref in the prime. As that pitch is low and it's 2-2. Honestly, Spencer, stop it. Uh, the officials are bad in England. It's a good joke, but they're not that bad. So 2-2 here. Apologies, guys. I'll just be back in 2 seconds. 2-2 pitch then to MJ Melendez is a ball just inside, and it's a full count. Um, Insane says it is once in a lifetime. As Spencer says, the 15th, Bob, and you were both born in February. There you go. As the 3-2 pitch here to Melendez is a swing and a miss at a knuckle curveball for out number one. Um, but Spencer, the Premier League officials are terrible. Um, Also, if you guys want me to compare World Cup teams to baseball teams, in my opinion, feel free to put a team in there, and I'll say who I think they are in baseball terms. Because you guys are all getting carried away at the US, and if I tell you who I think, how good I think the USA is, then that may humble a few of you. As the arrow pitch here to Alvarez is a ball outside. This umpire is pretty good though. It's not CB Buckner. This umpire is pretty good. Zim Zim is still attacking Bob. So 1-0 pitch then to Alvarez by Nola is a ball low, and it was just low. 87-mile-an-hour changeup there. Another good call by this umpire who is having a great game. You know, we've got to call out the umpires as the 2-0 pitch here to Francisco Alvarez is low again, and it's 3-0. This is great umpiring. Credit where credit's due. These are all close pitches, and he's getting them right. As Scott says, rubbish, Liam. You're speaking rubbish. USA will go far. I'll be surprised if the USA win one knockout round game. As a 3-0 pitch to Alvarez is a swing and a miss at a sinker there, and it's 3-1. Depends who you play, really. I think I'd be surprised if you got to the quarterfinals. I know you guys think, oh, we'll get to the quarterfinals easily, but I don't know. Like if you played a Senegal, I think are a lot better than you. If you played all these, I think Turkey are a lot better than the USA as well. As there's a strike and it's 3-2. I think who else is in the tournament? Croatia better than the USA. Canada could beat the USA. I'm not saying they're better, but they could. I'd favour the USA in that one, but that'd be a tough game. As the 3-2 pitch is popped up by Alvarez, Bohm is going to make the catch for out number two. Wilson chimes in with a great comment. CB Buckner is Anthony Taylor. You and Spencer know, though. You and Spencer do know. As Spencer with the cards update, that it's at 1-0, and the Bags are drunk. He's also like Michael Oliver as well. A pair of them, both clowns. No, Scott, you're not quite the Giants at the World Cup. As the 0 pitch is a swing and a miss by Carson Bench, and it's owned one. As Spencer agrees that. Who was that really old umpire that retired that was really bad? If anyone, I don't think he means Angel Hernandez. As Anthony finds that comment by Wilson funny as well. I agree. As the 0-1 pitch is a high fly ball to left field. Marsh, who's now playing left field, will come in and make the catch. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Mets do not score. Who are Team USA? I would call Team USA as there's a 0 out. The Guardians. That's who I compare to USA. Um, take that what you mean. They good team. They're gonna get to the playoffs. USA gonna get to the knockout rounds, but you'd be shocked if they do anything. That's who I compare the USA to. As Joe West, the really big umpire. As Zimzim says, he was so bad. Brandon Marsh is 2020's Charlie Blackman. You know Zimzim, they do look alike. As Scott says, Garcia is out for the Phillies for the rest of the season. I would like to take Jung-Hoo Lee off your hands. Well, Scott, I'm hearing the Phillies may be interested in a right-handed bat, not a left-handed outfielder. But Jung-Hoo Lee would be a good fit. As the Spencer says, you talking about Tom Hallen, who was old and retired. He retired, I think, either last year or the year before. Joe West, though, he does say after that. Insane. Team USA will get to the round of 16 for sure. You you think, but I'm not convinced. I'm not it all depends who you play. I don't know who you could play, but I like you guys obviously know who Colin Coward is, right? One of the big Fox guys. I was listening to what he was saying today. Um, and he was saying USA can compete with Germany, France, Spain, England. I mean, come on, guys. Let's not get carried away. You won one game against Paraguay. Um, as Spencer says, Bob Davidson, Bolkin Bob Davidson was horrendous. Former umpire, I'm guessing. I do not know who he is, but I thought you said Bo Davidson then. As Zimzim says, Harrison Bader is all yours. Again, he was good in Philadelphia last year. So if you want to take him, as Sosa takes their ball and it's 1-0, then go ahead and take him. As Scott says, we do need to upgrade our defense in outfield. Insane wants to give up Jonah Cox. I mean, I would rather give up Bader, as Anthony says Bader should retire. That Bader signing, I was not for that Bader signing. I just I don't like guys like that a defense and low average guys when they get older. I think you can always find that with younger players. Spencer says he doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. He's talking about Colin Coward, sorry, yeah. No, yeah. Scott says can't stand Coward. He's such an arrogant bastard. So you guys don't like Colin Coward as a 2-1 pitch to Souza is a ground ball foul and it's 2-2. I just thought today it was like I don't think you should speak about the World Cup because he does not know what he's talking about when it came to the World Cup, and you can just tell as someone who knows a lot of football, as Spencer Wilson and Anthony know. Um, the USA they may get to the round of 16 or quarterfinals, but they just can't compete. Like you guys love Christian Pulisic and Balogun, but they're good players, but they're not superstars. But you treat them like they're superstars. As there's a 2-2 pitch, a high fly ball to centre field. Bo Bichette, though, in the outfield grass, going to make the catch for out number one. Uh, Wilson, Colin Coward's greater than Simon Jordan. You're not a Simon Jordan fan. I tell you what, I I will listen to Simon Jordan because he comes out with controversial stuff. That's what these guys do. They just come out with controversial stuff. But yeah, I think they're very, very, very similar. What what's your guys Wilson? And Spencer? What about Piers Morgan? You a Piers Morgan fan? As Zim Zim does not like cowardice either. And Insane says Dan Oslovsky played in the NFL for the Tigers, QB, and his takes are horrible. He thought Ty Simpson was better than Mendoza. I mean, we'll see. The Rams took Ty Simpson, so that worries me. But in terms of their college tape, Mendoza did win the championship, so you've got to say he's better. As it's 3-0 here to Stott. Orlovsky stepped behind the end zone and did a safety like an idiot, like Jimmy Garoppolo Zim in Denver. Powered now about as much as Nick Wrong, or you like to call him Gonzo. Nick Wright as a 3-0 pitch. I think he does put in the effort to try and understand what he's talking about, though. So I actually don't mind Nick Wright. I don't like his Brock Purdy takes, but I don't mind Nick Wright. I do like First Things First. I think that's a great. I do like that show. As it's a 3-2 count to Stott here after he was ahead 3-0. I find it funny. As Scott says, yes, that's did I say Tigers, Spencer? I meant the Lions, the Detroit Lions. Apologies. As there's a line drive. That one's going to be fielded by Bichette, who is going to have a weak throw there to Young, and it's going to be a infield single for Stott. As Wilson actually likes Colin Coward, he'll take him over Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless. And Insane said Rams fans hate Ty Simpson, and Spencer said he likes Arsenal, so he does not like Piers Morgan, and neither does Zim Zim. Um, but Scott says, yes, that's basically sports talk. The idea is to have controversial text, whether they believe it or not, for the views. Yeah, you're right. As there's a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Real Muto. That's how you get the headlines. If you get people watching, that's all the companies care about. As Bob says, is it true a fruit party damn retired that the Giants were going to get Bryce Harper? Bob, I don't really know what you mean by a true fruit party damn retired that the Giants were going to get Bryce Harper. They were going to sign Bryce Harper if Bruce Bochy did not retire, if that's what you're getting at. But when he found out he was retiring, that's why he picked the Philadelphia Phillies. As JT Realmuto with a drive to right field. That ball will hang up for Carson Benjes. His throw back to first to try and get Stott will not be in time. So there's 2 outs here with a runner at first base. Piers Morgan did cook that Florida governor guy who wanted to tax Sophia Rain 50%. I have no idea about that, but yeah, I know who they are. I know who Sophia Rain is, but I'm not going to get into that, Zim Zim. But you can have your own opinions on that. As there's a ball high as Stott is going to try and steal second base. He does. That's going to be a stolen base for Stott. As Anthony says, Ty Simpson probably will sit on the bench for at least 2 years. It's looking like a Jordan Love type thing going on over there in LA. A potential Hall of Fame quarterback. Going to play for a few more years, and then when he retires, they have his replacement. As there's a swing and a miss by Derek Hill, and it's 1-1. The Phillies trying to tie it up here. As Spencer says, Bayless thinks his Cowboys are going to win it every year, and once December comes, they fold like a cheap tent. Cowboys are definitely not winning it this year, but I think they may be competitive. As there's a line drive, that one's up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Derek Hill. As they're going to wave home Stott. Stott is going to score as the throw gets by Francisco Alvarez. That's going to allow Hill to get to second base. It's going to be 3-3 then here in Philadelphia as Hill comes through with an RBI single and he advances on the error there. Yeah, the Cowboys, I don't see them winning it anytime soon, but I don't think they will be bad this year as yeah, Bob, I just saw your comment before it disappeared. Bryce Eldridge though is like Bryce Harper, so look, it should be exciting. As Zim Zim says, giant soda. Don't get why you're saying that, Zim Zim. Did you guys see that Knicks player in the parade today that got mistaken for a fan? I did not see that, Insane. I'll have to check that out after the stream. Tyler Kolek, as the 0-1 pitch is a called strike to Crawford. I bet that's funny though. As Insane says, Tyler Kolek yelled, that was hilarious. Okay, I've got to check that out. as that pitch is fouled off and it's 1-2. Zim Zim, Giants almost got Bryce Harper and Bruce Harper. We also almost got Arson Judge as it's 0-2 here to Crawford as he fouls that pitch off. We did get Arson Judge, yeah, as Insane says, and Carlos Correa's ankle, lol. Exactly, yeah. Thank God we backed out of that contract. Aaron Judge would have been good as it's 6-0 to Canada. Oh my God. There's no mercy rule in football, but if there would be, there should be for that game, as it's 1-2 here. That's what happens when you go down to 9 men. There's no sport in America where I can compare that to. That's like, well, if you want to compare it to ice hockey, it's like doing a 5-on-3 for the whole match. It's basically no chance. As I know no one else cares, but I'll celebrate. Scott, look, I'll cheer on the Phillies. Whoever's going to beat the Dodgers, I want them to do well. Wilson, I think the ball may have just hit the mound, and that's how I got by Alvarez. I think you're right about that, as it's 1-2. I'm too busy reading these comments and not paying attention because it was weird how that just bounced over Alvarez's head. It looked like the cutoff man was going to get that. Um, Bob, I wanted the Giants to sign Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge would have been great, but I don't think he was ever intended to sign with the Giants. He just used them as a negotiation. Party and took advantage of the Giants. There's 2-2 here to Crawford. Manaea at 76 pitches. He will fire. That is a ground ball on the infield, a weak ground ball. Alvarez is going to barehand it, fire it over to first for out number 3. The Phillies tied up though, as Crawford with the as Derek Hill with the RBI single. We go to the top of the 5th. 3-3 in what is a pretty good game here. As I'm Zim Zim, you're making it hard to catch up with all the messages because you keep having a go at Bob. You're making it difficult for me. But yeah, Scott confirms it did hit the mound. Thanks, Scott, for confirming that. Um, Zimson says, Bob, you're so off topic. Look, whatever Bob wants to comment, Bob can comment. I want Carlos Correa, Bob. I'm not sure I agree with you about Carlos Correa. Not at that contract. Maybe for 2 years he wouldn't have been bad, but I don't want Carlos Correa. Zim Zim, I don't know if he deletes his comments or they're on a timer or something. It's weird. Wilson, I want the Phillies. The Mets fans meltdowns are hilarious. You know, Frank the Tank, he gets so mad when they lose. As Zimson says, Carlos Correa, no multiple, Bob. Spencer, one more and would be the Liverpool United score a few years ago. Yep. I wanted Carlos Correa, Bob. He wanted Carlos Correa. 6-0 full time then. 7-0, you did beat Man United. That was one of the best days in my life as well. I loved that game. Even I just hate Man United. To see them lose 7-0, that was great. Yeah, the game's finally over. Mercy for Qatar, who don't have to play any more minutes and get embarrassed. Wilson loves Frank the Tank as well. As Bob says, Carlos Correa would have been a good Giant to third base. Well, he wouldn't be playing third base, Bob, because he always gets injured. Um, as Insane says he would have been the shortstop. You're probably right, because we wouldn't have signed Willie Adames, would we? So, yeah. Bob, I'm not. I don't agree with you on Carlos Correa, so I'm sorry about that. Um, Zim, I'm a Brentford fan. Uh, don't never attack my club Brentford, the best team in England. The Wilson, if Bob and Zim Zim have been arguing the whole time because he can't spell. Um, I've almost caught up with the messages. As Insane says he can't spell either. Yeah, I can't spell either, Insane. as that pitch is low and it's called a strike though, and it's going to be 0-1. I think it did clip the bottom of the zone actually. Yeah, Zim Zim's drunk. This is drunk Zim Zim. Scott, yeah, Scott's our like moderator in here. He can will give the cool down to Zim Zim if he needs to, as it's 1-1. When the chat gets too crazy, then I will make you guys moderators as well. So if anyone needs removing in the future, you guys can help me do that. As the 1-1 pitch is a cool strike, and it's 1-2 to Bobichette. Nola is thrown 81 pitches. Neither of these pitchers have been very efficient today. Yeah, and I agree with Anthony. Yeah, Correa can't stay on the field. Um, yeah, as there's a ground ball back to Nola. Nola's going to flip it over to Harper for out number one. I got to say, you guys are making this more like a chit chat than a watch along here. I can't keep up with you guys. You're going back and forth like crazy. Anthony says, Willie, the biggest waste of fucking money the Giants have spent so far this century. Well, him or Rafi Devers, because trading for Rafi Devers and taking all of that contract on was stupid as well. Oh, Spencer, yeah, I love Goldbridge Meltdown. Yeah, all for it. And you like to call him Brent DeCarse. As Insane says, I think you bullied Bob off the stream. Spencer, so great they have never won the league. I know. I don't want to see them ever win the league again. As here's Juan Soto, who's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, and he takes inside, and it's 1-1. Zim Zim saying goodbye to Bob. Wilson, I also enjoy Flying Pig United. He's another hilarious Meltdown Man United fan. Wilson, I do not know who Flying Pig United is. I'll have to check him out. As the 1-1 pitch to Juan Soto almost hits him, and it's 2-1. Not what you want to do to Juan Soto and fall behind. You've got to get ahead. As Zim Zim's not an Adamas fan either. Um, have some fun, Zim Zim says. On Norcast Sports Network, there is a guy who hates Adamas so much in the chat, it's hilarious sometimes. Is it Zim Zim's alternate account? Is that him? As Spencer says, what did you say? Oh, you were talking about Brentford not winning the league. Oh, I thought meant about Man United not winning the league for ages. Come on, Spencer. You'd love to see us win the league. Don't lie. The 2-2 pitch to Soto is low, and it'll be 3-2. Bob misses Joe Panic. Bob, whatever crazy stuff you're coming out with today. Zim Zim's just quoting. Right, I'm all caught up now though. So Zim Zim's just quoting Bob as Juan Soto hits a foul ball, and it remained 3-2. Anthony, Willie, if he wasn't signed for 7 years and won $80 million, it wouldn't be so fucking awful. Well, let's just say, I don't care what it was. It's awful to me. I mean, a 3 or 4 year contract, fine, but right now I'm so annoyed. We've got all these good young, upcoming shortstops, and Willie Adamas is blocking them all. As there's a close pitch, called a ball, and it will be a walk for Juan Soto. So that's the third time he's reached today. And they have not gotten him out yet, the Phillies. And he is showing why he's one of the best hitters in baseball. Wilson, I saw that clip. You know what? I'm surprised you found that. I'm surprised there even is Brentford fans in Dallas because we're so rare. There's so not many of us. So that's great you found that, and I'm happy about that. Showed that to my dad, and he liked it. As the 0 pitch here to Young is a pulled strike, a curveball there on the outside corner. Oh, Spencer, it will not be a cold day in hell. That, that will not be a cold day in hell. As Insane agrees, Willie Adamas is a waste of money. And I think Zims is on the 10th beer, not the 6th beer. He says he's sober, but his chats would say otherwise. Insane's now controlling the chat. So it's 0-2 then to Young. Nola's going to try a pickoff attempt, and Soto's back safely. Soto's giving it a little giggle, like, that's the only way you're going to get me out today, buddy. You're trying all the ways possible, but you can't get me out. Zim Zim, would you not have to call anyone idiots on here? As it's 0-2, as there's a strikeout then to Young, and that'll be out number 2 for Nola. Got him to look there at a called strike 3 on the inside corner with the sinker. That came back in over the plate. Did freeze him, Scott. You know, Logan Webb's so good at that pitch where it starts off inside and then just comes back over the at the inside corner for a called strike 3. Insane. Let's hope Dodgers fans don't find the stream. It's going to be tough though when the Giants play the Dodgers in September, is it? As there's a ground ball, that one is up the middle. Sliding is start. His throw to second is not in time, and that'll be a base hit. So be runners at first and second here. Can the Mets regain the lead? Hopefully not for Scott. Zimzim says, is Bob a Dodgers fan? And Bob responds with, I'm a Giants fan. He hates the Dodgers. Bob, are you subscribed to the channel? If so, if not, I would appreciate if you could click the subscribe button. You could be the 67th subscriber as if you like that meme as well. So Insane says maybe Bob is 80 years old like Robert Rothberg. I thank God Robert Rothberg's not in the chat because he is the ultimate positivity guy. So 0 pitch here to Simeon is a line drive, foul, almost a base hit. Zim Zim thinks he's 900 years old or 4 years old. I think Zim Zim thinks he's 4. So 0-1 here to Simeon. Nola fires inside and it's 1-1. Insane. Diddy, you keep us up to date. If Bo Davison hit another home run, that is what I'm talking about. That dude is pretty special. They compared him to the Barry Bonds when they signed him. Not that he's ever actually going to be as good as Barry Bonds. They just called him Barry Bonds. As Simeon crushes one to left, but it's foul, and that's a loud second strike, and it'll be 1-2. How many home runs has Bo Davison hit this week? 7 or 8? I mean, the dude, or in the last 10 days, the guy. Every time I look, he's doing good. Anthony Rothberg is a delusional fuckwit, and I blocked him months ago. The dude, yeah, I just ignore his comments. I don't block people, but I may have to start blocking people as there's a ground ball to Bone. Bone will flip it over to stop. So the Mets can't score. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 3-3 here. Wilson said, "Who do Mexico play, Wilson?" And then I'll tell you've welcome to the gambling show. We might have to stream the Mexico game because then you'll win money. Yeah, Scott, I'm not into the kicking people. The only time I'd kick someone out, which I'd never want to do it, is if they're ruining the chat and I can't keep up with all your guys' messages and they're spamming or saying horrible things. But I'm not into the whole banning people. I just ignore it. There's no point. As Insane says, Mark DeRosa says we don't need to trade any of our big contracts, but this is the same guy who fucked up the World Baseball Classic for Team USA, so that probably means we should trade them. Yeah, DeRosa, I actually don't mind him on the MLB network, but if the guy thinks we shouldn't trade any of our big contracts and he doesn't know what he's talking about, maybe maybe he's got bias there because he likes some of the players, but we've got to trade some of the big contracts. Zimzim thinks they win by 3 or 3. That was a very Bob-like comment, Zimzim. Anthony says, I try not to buy that guy every comment, just enraged you. But I don't blame you. How many years has that guy been doing it for? Like 4 years? Well, his positivity can be hilarious. Sometimes it can be. I think Lou hates Robert Rothberg. Sometimes it can annoy you. I think Anthony, you and Lou may be on the same page there. Sorry, guys, who do Mexico play? Let me check that. Uh, Insane did not want the Giants to hire DeRosa lol. Um, no, I didn't want the Giants to hire DeRosa. I actually wanted them to get Vitello. I wanted them to get Stephen Vogt if they somehow could, but they couldn't. So I actually liked going with a new guy, but it hasn't worked out. Mexico plays South Korea. Oh, that's a good game. I don't know if Mexico are going to win that. My money, I think South Korea are going to win. As Schwarber takes a cool strike there. You must get not bad odds, Wilson, because South Korea are a good team. They played really well game number one. We'll see as that pitch is like the only issue with South Korea is they're a bunch of midgets. So if there's a corner kick, then that's where Mexico may score. If it's in Mexico though, then I see Mexico winning. It probably is in Mexico as well, if I had to guess. As it's 1-2 here to Schwarber. Manaea is still in the game. Did I see Steve McLaren's comments on the team selection? He thought England would get back. I did not see Steve McLaren's comments, but he thought we would get battered. I never doubt England. I think we're winning the World Cup, as that pitch is low, and it's 2-2. I know we're winning the World Cup, in fact. Our team's too good. The only team that can stop us is Spain or France. It's little people, Liam. I don't I don't think so. Zim Zim, you fossil, okay? Anthony, I've been subscribed since last year and I couldn't take him any more. Sorry, Robert Rothberg. Um, Scott, you don't like my patriotic nature of England. As there's a swing and miss by Schwarber, he goes down on strikes, and that'll be out number one for Manaea. He did strike out Schwarber last time up, but Schwarber was able to get to second base as the pitch was in the dirt and got away by Alvarez. Insane's joking, but that is true. Um, but Gareth Southgate was a terrible manager, and now we've got a proper good manager in Thomas Tuchel. As you guys think I'm delusional, but I'm telling you right now, England, we're ranked number 4 in the world. We're definitely better than Argentina, though. As the 1-0 pitch is a cool strike on a low pitch, and Harper's going to challenge it here. He's going to win that challenge, and it'll be 2-0. The umpires had a good game there, but that pitch was low, and he challenged it straight away. But England, you know, the only team I can see stopping England is France or Spain. Um, but I don't think France are going to win it either. Even though if France are like the Dodgers, you'd think they're going to win it, but I have a sneaky feeling they're not going to win. As it's 3-0 here to Bryce Harper. Zim Zim, how can you donate me money by helping me get to 1,000 subscribers? That will help me. As we've got to get Liam in the nut house if he thinks England wins, lol. There's a swing and a miss by Harper, and it's 3-1. England are good, Scott. Don't, Anthony, I agree with your Southgate take, but England are they actually could win it. I'm not saying it's likely, but I'm gonna back my team, and they did win against Croatia, who were good. As Ethan, welcome back. There's a team named Tigers, and their record is 10-24. Sheesh. In baseball 9. Insane. I think I don't know if it's 500 as there's going to be a base runner here for the car for the Phillies as there's a walk for Bryce Harper. That'll bring up Alec Boehm, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs, I believe. I know when I look in my thing to apply for a monetization, you get 500, and then when you get 1,000, you can apply. You get the monetization. Sorry, there's his own one here to Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm, 17 RBIs this month, the second most in baseball. What's the score, Bird fan, or Ethan, sorry, in the Cardinals game? I saw it was 1-0 with the bases loaded, as there's a called strike, and it's 0-2 to Alec Boom. While Wilson, what's the score? Oh, is it bad? The Royals crushing them. 6-2 after 2. Not looking good. As the 0-2 pitch is a good swing, but fouled off by Stott. Uh, Boom. Sorry, Zim Zim. I did a bob there. I'm not definitely not like an Arsenal fan, Spencer. Insane says, oh, I read that out. Yeah. Try and get some famous person to tweet out a promo for you. I don't know any famous people, Zim Zim. As the 0-2 pitch is going to be not thrown because there's a pick of attempt. Harper gets back safely though. It will remain 0-2. As Insane's got a question for you, Ethan. How surprised are you that the Cardinals are good this year? As there's a ground ball up the middle. Bobichet's going to flip it to Simeon, who's going to flip it over to first. That's going to be a double play. So the Phillies, after Harper gets the walk with 1 out, they do not do anything as Bohm hits into a double play. We go to the top of the 6th, 3-3, in what is turning out to be a pretty good game here. Juan Soto with 2 home runs, and he's been the star of the game so far. You see, though, Insane, he doesn't even follow me, Giant Hot Takes. He follows about everyone else I see, but not me. So, but I want to do a stream with him. I'm going to reach out to him to do a stream with him. I've just got to fix my collab streams because I struggle with when I get guests on, the settings are wrong. So I'm going to do I'm going to help my friend's going to help me out with that, and then I'm going to ask him. But Libby's so bad, Ethan. I like him as well as a pitcher, but he must have fallen off a cliff if you think he's so bad. Um, Ethan, there's a guy from there's the Giants fan on Twitter that basically rages after every game the Giants lose, and he comments after every game. Ah, Zim Zim, he used to follow you, but then your account got suspended, and when you got it back, he doesn't anymore. But Insane says he followed you on Twitter the other day. Zim Zim. It's a bullpen game from here on out, Scott. Yes, it is. Manaea and Nola, 5 innings, 3 runs each. Not great, but not good for the Cardinals pitcher then, Ethan. Just looking at Liberator, right? 5.23 ERA. Not great, is it, Ethan? Let's hope that the Cardinals make it close again, and then you can go back, and then after this stream, we can go and listen to him call a close game. Ethan, is he back yet, Paul D? Is Paul D back? Let's hope Paul D's back, or is he still in New York? Seth Johnson then is coming in the game. He's got a 7.36 ERA, and this is his first appearance since April the 20th. Scott, is this pitcher any good? Let me know. As Ethan says, I'm sad now. We are going to the bullpen in a second. Oh, that's not good. That always ruins games for the next day as well when your bullpen comes in the second. As there's a swing and a miss by Beatty at a slider in the dirt. I don't know about you guys, but do you guys know the Sports Fury and Rocha from the Sports Fury? As the 0-1 pitch here to Brett Beatty is a fouled off, and it's 0-2. Scott says he hasn't seen much of him. They just got him up today. Well, at the AAA level, he's got a 1.33 ERA, so pretty good stuff. Oh, Wilson's a moderator for them. Are you really, Wilson? Ha. Okay. Well, Rocha followed my private Instagram account, and I know he's a Giants fan, so I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to come on and we can do a collab. I see he goes to base games all the time as well. as the 0-2 pitch is caught by Brandon March, as that drive to left field will be out number one. I tell you what, I've been listening to them for years. I love their stuff. Zim Zim says, "What's your username?" Insane. For Insane still listening. But definitely want to hit him up because I think that'd be a cool collab if he's down to do it. As here's MJ Melendez. MJ Melendez takes high and outside, and it's 1-0. Wilson, if you could do that for me, that'd be I'd appreciate that so much. And 1-0 pitch here to MJ Melendez is a called strike. Yeah, Wilson, hit them up. That'd be so much appreciated. Get more people to know the channel. I love their guys' stuff. You've been watching them since 2017. I think I first found Rocha when he was doing Warriors watch-alongs. I think in 2020 maybe. As it's 2-1 here to MJ Melendez, and then I've been following the Sports Fury ever since. Ethan, this game is over. Time to get mad at the Cardinals bullpen for the millionth time this month. They suck. Swanson has an 11 plus ERA. Why us? Ethan, your team's still doing good though. Have you seen the Giants, Ethan? The Giants are 13 games, 12 or 13 games under. As Spencer just sent a GIF. GIF or GIF, guys? What do you think it is? GIF. In the Discord. By the way, we've got a Discord for you that don't know. As there's a close pitch but a ball, and it's 3-2. It's if you go on my channel description, it's on there. Oh, Ethan, the comment section is about to tell you the Giants do not have a good bullpen. Um, let me tell you, the Giants bullpen ERA, I think, may be the worst in baseball. As Melendez hits a high pop-up, Realmuto going towards the Giants dugout, and it will be Giants dugout, the Phillies dugout, gonna be out of play. And it's 3-2 still. Wilson, do you think Rocha would come on as well? Do you think it's worth an ask? He does follow me on Instagram on my private one, so I think he could come on. Ethan, let me fix that. Have a better bullpen than the Cardinals. Yeah, that may be right, as that pitch is fouled off, and it's 3-2 still. So a good at bat here by MJ Melendez against Johnson. Also, Wilson, if you don't mind me asking, how did you meet Josh? Because that's cool. You're a moderator for them. As the full count pitch here to Melendez is a swing and a miss at a fastball at 100 miles an hour on the outside corner. And that is going to be the second out then. 100 by Johnson. Scott, I did not know. I did not know this guy had 100 mile an hour pitch in him. As Wilson says, I'll message Rocha after they finish their fever stream. Yeah, it'll probably be a recorded video, probably not go live. Then you guys can edit it. As it's 1-0 here. Scott, we did say the same things. Wilson, I don't get what you mean there, but if you can just explain that a little bit better. Sorry, Wilson, or just put it in the Discord. As there's a called strike and it's 1-1. Ethan, anyone has a better bullpen than the Cardinals, even the Angels, who are a freaking dumpster fire. Okay. I've not opened it, Spencer. I'll open it now. I'm trying to read the chat, but let me see this GIF. Thumbs down. Ah, okay, Wilson. Okay. As a 2-1 pitch to Alvarez is low and outside, and it's 2-2. 3-1, sorry. That is some gas, Spencer. What's for the so 3-1. There's a swing and a miss by Francisco Alvarez, and it's 3-2. Also, Wilson, if you can ever get them to raid the stream as well after they finished, get a Sports Fury raid, that'd be sick. As there's a swing and a miss by Francisco Alvarez at a high fastball. That will end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the sixth, 3-3, as Johnson firing gas gets a 1-2-3 inning there. So come on, Scott. Let's hope your Phillies score here. And Ethan's cheering on the Phillies as well. If you couldn't tell, you hate the Cardinals bullpen. Everything else is better, like scoring runs, blowing games, giving up runs. Ethan, I think loads of teams hate their bullpen, but no, if you're saying they're that bad, that's one thing the Cardinals and the Giants are alike this season. Then, yeah, Scott, that fastball must have a lot of topspin movement on it. 7-2 now, Ethan. So the bullpen's giving up a run now. I see what you mean. Um, have you got a worse relief pitcher though, Ethan, than Eric Miller or Ryan Walker? As Spencer, you said up the Brentford. Up the Brentford. Best team in the world. We're gonna win the league next year. We're gonna get Champions League football. Um, and that's what I'm talking about. As Zim Zim's entered the Discord, folks. I don't think Bob is in the Discord. Zim Zim, why so aggressive? Not quite, Spencer. Ethan, you like soccer or you couldn't care less about the soccer? Anthony, you mean stream one of the games today or on the next off day? Because I'm definitely down to stream Giants minor league games. I mean, I don't know who would want to watch that, but I know you would, Anthony, and I'm sure you guys would still just love talking to each other. I think you mean today, though. Is that right, Anthony? You'll have to tell me if Eugene are playing later. I would definitely be down to watch Eugene. Ethan, they're all worse. They're all worse. Well, Ethan, I've got a little graphic here on Jolly Good Takes, and it's called a Bull City graphic there. And the reason I have the Bull City graphic is because all the Giants pitchers do is throw balls. So look, if you're saying they're all worse, then you're probably right. But Giants bullpen close second worse. Wilson, I've been a mod for them since 2018. I think it was their first or second mod. It's been fun supporting those guys. I was hanging out when they hit 100 subscribers. See, that's amazing. Hopefully, we'll get to 100 subscribers soon as well. Um, they're 350,000 subscribers they just hit, right, Wilson? And the numbers they were doing for the NBA finals were crazy. As there's a swing and a miss in the dirt, and Manaea, who's still in the game, records a strikeout there, his fifth. As everyone watching, if you could hit a thumbs up and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Ryan Stanek gave up 3 home runs in 2 innings. That sounds like a guy called River San Martin on the Giants. As Manaea is now coming out of the game. Yeah, as Scott says. As guys, are we there? I did just lose a stream for a minute. Can I get a thumbs up? Are we still working? Apologies there, because the stream did just disconnect. The game is in 25 minutes, Insane. Am I still here? Apologies, I don't know if I'm still here. The stream just disconnected and now it's saying only 30 seconds. Seconds. As Scott confirms. All right. Thanks, guys. Yeah, the stream just disconnected for like 2 seconds. So no, but I'm here. Zim Zim, thank you as well. Okay. Because normally it just says, it now only says I've been live for a minute instead of over 2 hours. So that's a bit weird. But as long as we're still here, that's all that's important. Anthony says, sure, let's watch Eugene play later. We can watch Johnny Level and Killian and Della Torre. Della Torre's pitching. All right, guys. Ethan, you don't have to tune in. We're going to be watching Giants minor league baseball, the Emeralds, and some of their top prospects later. Insane says, Ethan, how bad is your closer? It can't be worse than the Giants. The Giants don't have a closer. They've tried about 15 different closers. No, also Wilson, you talk about you been a mod since they hit 100 subscribers. The uh, the lowest subscriber count I've been on anyone that's got over 1,000 subscribers is actually Dan's show on NorCal Sports Network. Um, I was their 37th subscriber. I always remember that. We're actually going to watch a good team, Anthony. They're 42 and 23. Yeah, NorCal Sports Network. I was their 37th subscriber. If you go way back, I used to appear on their shows all the time as well. As it's 0 and 1. Now I still message Dan privately, but I do watch Giant Sports Talk live, and then I've got a lot of other things to do. As Sosa hits a fly ball to right field, that one's just going to bounce foul, and it'll be 0 and 2. O'Brien, Ethan, you're not a fan of O'Brien. Ethan, I'm going to watch the Cardinals game. The end of the Cardinals game. I think that starts. I think Eugene starts just after the Cardinals game. Should be finished. So I'll definitely tune in for some of that though. If the Eugene game doesn't, Ethan, then I'll definitely be in for other days. Whenever we're not streaming, the River Cats got walked off, did they? Whenever we're not streaming and Pool D's live though, Ethan, we will be in that game. As that pitch is low to Sosa. So Eugene starts at 3:05. Is that right, guys? Ethan's I think Ethan's a bit of a bit annoyed behind that message. No, no, no. You'll watch more than just the end. It's still the third. Is that because of the bullpen and Liberatore, Ethan? So it's 1-2 here to Souza. Yeah, Eugene game starts at 3:05. So we'll be back at 3:05 to watch the Eugene Emeralds take on I don't even know who it is. TRI, whoever that is. Anthony, do you know? As there's a line drive up the middle, that's gonna be caught by Marcus Simeon for out number 2. Good play there by Marcus Simeon. I mean, I can do 2 games a day now as well. After yesterday, I'm um battle tested. I can do 2 games. Um, you know, Anthony, if we ever do minor league watch-alongs, I should do it with Corey. I think his name is from the Prospect channel. I can't remember what his channel is called. Even Year Dynasty, I think. By the way, guys, if you don't know Even Year Dynasty, then check them out as well. Anthony says Tri-Cities in Washington State, you believe, not Washington DC, Seattle, Washington. Anthony, as there's a ground ball by Stott to the second baseman, they're going to throw it over to first base and Bryce Harper. We go to the top of the 7th. We're still stuck at 3-3. Insane says our farm system's still improving. Absolutely. Absolutely insane. That's why I want us to go full rebuild and go full youth. Like Ethan with the Cardinals. Like he's just seeing right now what youth can do. Ethan, is this the most exciting season you've had in years? Can you tell us? Because I bet it is. As Ethan says, oh wait, we gave up a double. Surprised it wasn't a 9,000-foot home run. Just got lucky. Ethan, you sound like the Giants fans. If it's a double, we're like, take that. It's not a home run by Miller. As Wilson says, Liam, I'll message Richard directly and let's see what we can do. I know they love helping out honest sports streamers. Wilson, I appreciate that so much. Any way we can grow this channel, I really do appreciate you taking time as well to reach out to them. Um, that I do really appreciate that. As 3-3 here. We'll see if the 100-mile-an-hour throwing relief pitcher Johnson is going to stay in the game, or if they're going to use another arm in the bullpen. Scott, we'll see. If the Phillies get to the ninth with the lead, I think Ethan, we can agree that they've got a better closer than us. Ethan says if we can't out the bad pitching, yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, your season's exciting. Look, every team's gonna have streaks where they're bad. Um, so that's that. But the Giants, they can't be worse than the Giants as a pitching unit. I mean, Dustin May, Ethan, what's happened to Dustin May? I mean, the dude was crap for years in LA, and then this year, all of a sudden, he's found something finally. As Scott says, he might. We are thin after yesterday. All right, we'll see if Johnson stays in. That's cool, Wilson. And then you're in here as well. Um, but that's so cool. Like, you know, when Rocha followed me on my Instagram, I thought, wow, that's really cool. I've been watching this guy for years, and then he followed me. But the fact you've known them and you have their phone numbers, that's sick. So it's 0-0 here to Carson Benj. Benj is going to line drive one up the middle as Johnson does. Sorry, Alvarado's the new pitcher for the Phillies, and he gives up a single on the first pitch. All right, Scott, give me the rate down on Alvarado. Now I know, I think the Giants actually scored against him, so maybe he's not that good. As Ethan says, oh now a walk, go figure, so surprising. Ethan, I need to pull out this graphic for you. I need to pull out Ball City graphic. That's for the Cardinals bullpen today. Scott says this guy is wild as hell. He throws it fast, but that's the issue when you throw it fast. It's hard to have the command. As Bo Bichette line drives on straight to Alec Boehm, and the Phillies catch a break there, as that was a good hit by Bo Bichette, but straight at the third baseman. And there'll be one out here. Yeah, Wilson. It's funny how huge they've gotten. Yeah, you couldn't believe it. I mean, Ethan. If you I've got an email in the description. If you just message that email, I can make that Cardinals themed and send it over to you. So if you just put an email and just put hi, I can work on that for you and send that to you. So here's Soto then. Soto's been the Philly killer today. But no, Wilson, yeah. I love those guys. As a Warriors fan, they're my go-to Warriors streams as they do all the games, don't they? And do you know Sean as well? Um, hopefully Sean's okay. I feel like he still hasn't recovered from the Luka Doncic trade. As the 0 pitch here to Juan Soto is fouled off. A 99-mile-an-hour sinker there. Um, Scott says, yes, Anthony, he's been trash since he stopped juicing. So Anthony, I did not know. Anthony knew. I did not know Alvarado had roids or used roids. As there's a weak ground ball foul on a cutter, and Soto's behind 0-2. Um, Ethan, it's called. Just email jollygoodtakes@gmail.com. That's I've got Jolly Good Takes at the top there. There's no spaces, no capitals though. But just do jollygoodtakes@at gmail.com, and I can email it to you after this stream and before the Emeralds game. As if you got that, Ethan, send me a thumbs up. As Spencer says, Cards Pen hasn't given up a run yet. 7 runs. They're all to Liberatore. And Scott says he was suspended for half the season. I should know that. I should know that. I'm so sad. The history side of things, don't I'm not so good on, but anything that I've been watching, um, since I've been watching, I should know that. That's poor from me. Apologies. As Benj tried to steal second base there, and Ethan, I saw your message, so I'll get that to you after this stream. As the 1-2 pitch is popped up by Soto. Sosa doing a little pop-up dance there in the outfield will make the catch. Is there any relief pitcher, Ethan, you want me to put in as the main character? Because I can put in a relief pitcher of your choice, or I can do 2 or 3 of your choice as well. Insane says, didn't Logan Webb take steroids? I actually think he did. Now you brought that up, I think he did. Scott says, get it together. Yeah, I know. So bad. Anthony says, yeah, he was suspended for the Philly series against the Dodgers last year. Probably could have used him. Dodgers got lucky again. This Cardinals game is the ultimate battle of which central team is the worst. Ethan has a whole list. As there's a swing and a miss by Vientos, who's the pinch hitter, and it's owned one. Vientos killed the Giants in San Francisco. So it's 0-1 to him. Now, Wilson, don't mention to them I'm a Brentford fan because then they may not know who they are. As I know Josh is a Man United fan, so just put up the United. As the 0-1 pitch here to Mark Vientos is high, and it's 1-1. All right, Ethan, you'll send it to me right now. Yeah, Spencer, that it's like our bullpen. It really is. It's funny. So we are doing, guys, a watch along for the Giants' Eugene Emerald as the 1-1 pitch is a cool strike, a perfect sinker there at the knees on the inside corner, and it's a 1-2. Vientos is one of the slowest players in baseball. So if he hits a soft ground ball, he ain't going to beat anything out. As the 1-2 pitch to Vientos is low in the dirt, and it's 2-2. As Benj did steal second base there, so that's going to be a runner in scoring position, and it makes it interesting now. As yeah, Ethan, we like to have I have a few graphics on here. Okay, Ethan, I just received your email, so I can do that for you. As that pitch gets away by Realmuto, Benj is going to get to third. Yeah, thanks, Wilson. Appreciate that. So Benj then gets to third base. And it'll be 3-2 to Vientos. It shouldn't matter, but it does put pressure on Alvarado, who, as Scott said, has wild command to not throw one in the dirt here. You do not want to give up the lead to a wild pitch because that would be embarrassing. So 3-2 then. Alvarado in the windup. He fires. That is a low, and it'll be a walk then, and it'll be runners at the corners. Scott, you're definitely right. Alvarado is definitely wild. Insane just made a new logo. Probably going to post some videos on your channel this weekend. I thought that was your other account, Insane. Look, if you're going to post some videos on your channel this weekend, that I'll definitely check them out and give them a like. Excited to see what they're about. What are you going to do? What content are you doing? Ethan saying also somehow the score is still 7-2. How are the Royals not a triple digits yet? Triple digits, not double digits, triple digits. Yeah, that has been his MO for his career, Scott. Anthony, oh my God, remember the video last year with the Chinese robot? Someone quoted that video with Giancarlo Stanton rounding third base. I do not remember that video. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna get that video up right now. Scott, there is still plenty of time and their offense is good. And the Royals have not had a good season. Chinese robot video. Ethan seems very mad. So 14 home runs for Bo Davidson, by the way, in the Giants minor leagues. As there's a line drive. That's going to be a base hit to right field, and the Mets are going to take the lead then. 4-3 New York as Bench comes in to score, and Alvarado blows it here. It'd be runners at first and second. The Mets are going to try and add on. 4-3 New York. Ethan, why are you so pessimistic? You got to be a positive. Got to be positive. You sound like Anthony. So pessimistic. No, I'm joking, Anthony. But I know your bullpen's crap, Ethan, but you got to believe. You never know. Miracles do happen. The Giants with their crap bullpen came back from down 9-2. So anything can happen. And I could not believe that. Yeah, Wilson. Alvarado without Peds has been shocking. Even I remember Jung Lee's got a few hits off of him across the years. As the 1-0 pitch is a ball and it's 2-0. He is wild, Alvarado. I don't know how much longer you're going to keep him in. If he walks Marcus Simeon, you've got to go to the bullpen. You cannot let this lead get more than one. As Ethan, you're positive they will give up runs. I'm being so positive. You know what, Ethan? I'm gonna say they give up no more than one run the rest of the game. We'll see who's right. Now you watch them more than me, so you'll probably be right. But my prediction is you'll give up one run. Insane. Yeah, I can't believe you had him on your fancy team. But was he not the closer before they traded for Duran? As a 2-1 pitch to Simeon is fouled off. Oh, swing and a miss, sorry, and it's 2-2. I know. Bull City. If I'm watching your game, it's Bull City, baby. Ethan is watching right now, and he doesn't even know what he's watching. You get some baseball games like that, as Simeon fouls that one off, and it will remain 2-2. Yeah, Bull City graphic all around. If he walks him, well, you know what? We're going to get a Bull City again. Bull City, baby, in baseball today. But the Giants aren't a part of it because they're off. As a 2-2 pitch is a swing and foul ball. Ooh, I thought he missed that, but he just got a piece. And it'd be 2-2 still. That was Esteban before Duran. Okay, thanks, Scott, for that clarification. Not Anthony. Insane. Why do you have Alvarado then in fantasy if he wasn't the closer? I love the Ball City graphic, but it was actually made as there's a swing and a miss by Simeon. He actually foul tipped it, and it was held on to by Real Muto. I won't play the seventh inning stretch unless you guys want me to. If you want me to, give me a thumbs up. Or I'm happy just to stay on. Because I don't need a break. I'm having fun. So we go to the bottom of the seventh. Yeah, Ethan, that's why you're here. Wilson wants the music. Ethan doesn't want the music. Um, I'll play it, Ethan, but just for not for as long as last time. Um, so don't go anywhere, please. We'll just play it for a little bit, as it's time for the seventh. What's happened? I take it all back. That's it. Cancel the seventh inning stretch. I've missed something. They're not even at the bottom of the seventh. We've got an overturned call because Simeon's still batting, and their run. It's going to be 6-3 Mets. What is going on? They even the MLB app had it being the end of the inning, but no, it's 6-3 New York as Marcus Simeon hits a RBI triple. Ethan, this is the worst call of my life. That ball was almost gone. It was off the big State Farm sign in left center field. What am I doing? I could have sworn it was the middle of the 7th. All right, Ethan, go check in with Paul D. So, Scott, that was not good. I don't know what happened. The ball must have hit the dirt and it got overturned because it said mid 7th on the MLB app. They called that strikeout a foul ball. Yeah, I thought Realmuto caught it. So we've just missed an RBI triple. Oh, for God's sake. And I'm going to be commentating this game. Thumbs down in the chat because that was bad commentary. I literally missed it. Zim Zim's back. Welcome back, Zim Zim. As the 0-1 pitch here to Beatty is outside. How is Alvarado not taken out this game yet? What an absolute clown I am. I thought it was the middle of the inning. I was about to play 7th inning stretch. Thank God I didn't. Thank God, Wilson, I didn't hit the music as the Mets challenged that pitch. Yeah, Anthony, you know it's bad when you're giving missiles to Marcus Simeon. Yeah. Scott, have the Phillies bullpen entered the race to be as bad as the Giants and the Cardinals? As Bryce Wilson's warming up. I know, Scott. Clown. I'm a clown. If you call me a clown or Alvarado. As there's a swing and miss by Beatty and it's 1-2. It's I feel so disappointed. I never want to miss anything. Thought it was the end of the inning. Spencer, it's for both of us. That is a kick in the grapefruits. That is for yeah. The Mets bullpen, I don't think it's been great though, so we'll see. But it's 6-3 New York after there's 3 runs, a Marcus Simeon, 2 out, 2 RBI triple. That one won't make the highlight reel unless it could go in funny blue. That could go in end of year funny bloopers. Insane. I think Bob had enough of Zim Zim as a 1-2 pitch. I think Zim Zim went and chased Bob. That's why Zim Zim left. I think Bob had enough. So 2-2 then to Realmuto. To Beatty. Realmuto behind the plate. As Alvarado fires. That one is a check swing, but he did swing Beatty. That will be the end of the inning. Marcus Simeon then. A 2-out, huge triple to give the Mets a 3-run lead. As I thought the inning was done, but as Scott says, the damage has been done. I'll see you on the other side for the bottom of the 7th. As Scott wants Alvarado DFA'd. I don't mind if the Giants pick him up. He would suit the Giants bullpen perfectly. As the World Cup also starts in 2 minutes. So get excited for that. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here on Jolly Good Takes. Go Giants. Oh, wrong button. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the 7th then. Scott will see if your Phillies can make a comeback as you got to root for the Giants. So the old ball game. Play ball here in Philadelphia as it's 1-0 to Real Muto. As Zim Zim requested to follow Insane back. By the way, Zim Zim, you missed it, but Insane is going to be posting videos at the weekend on his channel. That's why he has rebranded his logo as well. So Zim Zim, you got to check out Insane's videos as well. So a whole load of changes in the Mets defense as that pitch is low and it's 2-0. Brazoban, I don't know why I rolled the R. Brazoban is the pitcher for the Mets. As I'm stuck on the Cardinals Royals game. So 6-3, the Mets lead as the 2-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. For the Mets, Carson Benj has moved to center field. Vientos has came into first base. Wagaman is in right field. And they are your defensive changes. As the 2-1 pitch is fouled off by Muto, and it's 2-2. Now, I think there may be more changes than that, and it hasn't updated on the MLB app because I think Beatty may have moved to first. We'll see. As Cardinals have the bases loaded in the top of the fourth, and it's 7-3. We tried to tell Ethan the game ain't over, as it's a full count here to Muto. If you're the Mets, you do not want to walk after you've just scored 3 runs. That would be classic Giants, which is probably why it's going to happen because we're watching. As the 3-2 pitch here to Muto is a foul ball. It remains 3-2. That would have been ball 4. Muto fouled it off though, and it will remain a full count. I want Muto to walk here. It will make it interesting. As AJ Minter is warming up in the Mets bullpen. Will the Mets hold on? We're all kind of cheering for the Phillies. As Wilson says, come on, Phillies. So I mean, we're all cheering for the Phillies, but it's the Mets that have got the lead, as it's 3-2 here to Muto. Who's going for the Phillies tomorrow? Because obviously today Nola has really struggled this year. As they're going for the Phillies tomorrow, as there's a high foul ball out of play. As that was a good pitch spoiled off by Muto. Going for the Phillies tomorrow will be they're not even playing tomorrow, are they? They must be playing tomorrow. Where's the game? Scott, are the Phillies not playing tomorrow? No, you said Luzardo. Where I can't find the Phillies game. As it's going to be a walk then for Muto, and let's make this thing interesting, baby. A lead-off walk to Muto. Maybe Scott, this game was meant to be played tomorrow, but because of weather, they've brought it forward. They're off tomorrow due to a FIFA game. That's why then this series is started on a Thursday. So it's not a 4-game series then, unless there's a doubleheader at the weekend. As let's see. Yeah, actually, you guys are the Sunday night baseball as well. You guys are Sunday night baseball this series, as Derek Hill is the new batter for the Phillies, and I think he fouled one off himself, which is why he's limping a little bit. And it's 0-1. Jesus Luzardo, what's your opinions on him, Scott? He was dominant against the Giants when we faced him. I think he's a bit hit or miss. Ethan, you're back. I saw the Cardinals had the bases loaded. Could they do anything with the bases loaded, though? That is the question. Because I saw they did score a run. As the 0-1 pitch, Derek Hill is low, and it's 1-1. Scott, your prime time on Saturday and Sunday. Does that mean you can watch the games? As the Mexico-Korea game started, Wilson. I'll cheer on Mexico for you. Keep me updated so you can win your parlay. As that pitch is fouled off and it'd be 1-2. All the stadiums in Philly are in the same area, so I think they didn't want both games going on at the same time. Okay, that's good information. I did not know that. Because obviously in San Francisco, Santa Clara is, well, the 49 stadium's in Santa Clara, which is nowhere near. So they don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the traffic, I bet. How many fans get in Lincoln Financial Field? Is it must be 80,000, right? Wilson, the Phillies are in the parlay. Oh God. as Derek Hill strikes out. So that will be out number one. Well, Wilson, we normally the people that come in here who have gambled actually be successful. So hopefully they turn it around. Um, I'm not confident they're going to turn it around, but hopefully they do. As Ethan, I saw they did not do anything with the bases loaded. As you said, want an update on the Cardinals game. I just saw it. They did not do anything with the bases loaded, which you're going to say that was expected. We will see though. Well, oh well, thought with the luck of Scott and this stream. Haha. I know. I thought look, not a bad bet. It's just Alvarado's basically cost you. You can go and knock on his house and blame him if you know where he lives. Luzardo has been fine recently, Scott says. He has struggled he was struggling out of the stretch early in the year. Hmm. But he's been fine recently. He would I think if he was on the Giants, we'd love him compared to what we've got in the pitching staff. AJ Minter is coming in, as Wilson says. Um, as Ethan says, they actually scored 1 run. Well, that's something, and the only reason was because Bobby Witt Jr. got hurt. That's a shame for Bobby Witt Jr. Did it look serious, Ethan? Because let's hope he's not out for a long time. As Cardinals then losing 7-3. I was actually had something good to say, but I forgot it, so I'm annoyed now. Um, let's hope the Phillies make this interesting. I think it was to do with Luzardo, but I can't remember now. But he would definitely be better than most Giants rotation. As Ethan says, he is out of the game right now. That's not good. We do not want to see superstars get injured, especially Bobby Witt Jr. He is so fun to watch. As when the Giants play against the Royals, we'll be streaming that game as well. Giants always struggle against the Royals, though. Have we already played the Royals? I don't think we have. We did not play them early on, I don't think. No, we played Kansas City after the All-Star game. Coming out of the All-Star game. As that pitch is way high to Crawford. Minter then, a bit wild on the first pitch. We'll see. Let's hope he's wild like Alvarado. Ethan, good for me. Without him, the Royals are trash. That is good for you. Let's hope it's just a one series injury, Ethan, and he comes back after the weekend. As there's a strike to Crawford, and it's 1-1. We'll see if the bullpen can hold it down for your Cardinals. As Zimzim, you still in here, Zimzim? I haven't seen you in a while. Zimzim left. Zimzim, I know you don't like the Mets, as that is a foul ball and it's 1-2. Apologies, guys. No Giants game today. That got rained out. They will make that up on the 31st of August. So a mile away. And by then, I imagine the Braves will be even better and the Giants even worse if they trade away players. As the 1-2 pitch here to Crawford by Minter is a line drive out of play foul. Yeah, Wilson. Zim's getting another beer, yeah. He's 12th beer now he's on. He's already scared away Bob. He's grabbed a beer and chasing Bob down the street, actually. I mean, Bob was coming out with some random stuff, but no, that's definitely what he's doing. Though if he is listening, shout out to you, Zimzim, and your wife, because I know you two listen to it together. As it's 1-2 here to Crawford. He fouls that one off. So good battle going on. But that's Scott. When I was talking, Ethan was in here yesterday when I was saying my top 5 contenders, and I had the Phillies in there. If Luzardo gets it right, he can add to that three-headed monster of a rotation. As Crawford with another foul ball, and it's still 1-2. How's Paul D, Ethan? How's Paul D doing? Is he doing good? As I've just seen, Ethan, the Royals have just hit a 2-run home run, haven't they? Because Jack Caglione just hit a home run who I've got in fantasy, and I just got the notification as that pitch is a high fly ball to left field. Soto coming in is going to make the catch for out number 2. That's not good. Can we get a long ball by the Phillies here to make it a 1-run game? Uh, Spencer, I saw that guy you signed. I don't know anything about him. I've never heard of the club they even signed him from. As Zimzum says he's turning on the soccer. We do need Mexico to win, but that's only if the Phillies win. So let's hope the Phillies win. As here's Kyle Schwarber. If you need a home run, Kyle Schwarber may be able to hit it for you. As Kyle Schwarber hits a high drive, but that one is actually going to be not that deep. As Benj comes running in to make the catch, or is it Ewing? I can't tell. That will end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Phillies then can't do anything as AJ Minter comes in and shuts them down. Yeah, Ethan, not looking good now after that Jack Caglione home run. We'll see who the Phillies turn to in the bullpen as well, now that they are down by 3. The Mets, they're creeping close to 500. We'll see if they ever get to 500. Probably not. But they are creeping closer. We'll see. Between the Giants and the Mets, I don't know if any of the teams will ever get to 500. As Scott says, even with how shitty the Mets have been this year, they still have our number. I know. I can remember. Did you play them in the playoffs and Lindor hit a walk-off grand slam? Is it? Can I remember that correctly? A couple of years ago. I could be completely wrong about that, but I think I may be correct. He definitely hit a walk-off grand slam. I don't know if it was the playoffs though, against in New York that was as well. As they're just showing one of the games from previous year where the Reds are playing. There was more rain in that game than there was the Braves game on Tuesday. So the Mets are leading 6-3 then. Frank the Tank can calm down right now. Zim Zim, keep us updated with the football as well. Tell us who's looking more likely to score. And who are you cheering on, Zim Zim, as well? I'd like to know who you're cheering on. As Wilson says, he's got to look more into him. We'll see. He feels like Wilson, more one for the future. We'll see though. I wonder who you guys are going to sign to replace Salah. That'll be interesting. As Bryce Wilson, then he was already warming up. He'll come in. 4.82 ERA in 8 seasons. Why do the Philly broadcasts love to show season stats? I couldn't care less about the season stats. Just show me what they're doing this year. Mets eliminated you in the 23 and 24 playoff. See, that sucks. That's like the Giants getting eliminated by the Dodgers back-to-back years. I mean, we did get eliminated by them in 2021, but that would suck back-to-back years. As that pitch to MJ Melendez is high, and it's 1-0. So this guy was just brought up today as well. Is this all because, as you said, Scott, the bullpen was worn out after yesterday? That's why they showed his career ERA. That makes sense. As the 1-0 pitch is low and it's 2-0. I was like, all your pitches suck, so they just want to show the career ERA, which is better. But 2-0 here to MJ Melendez. Wilson then. We'll see if he can throw a clean inning on his Major League 2026 debut. As he's not doing a great job because he's behind 3-0 to number 8 hitter here, Melendez. As Wilson in the windup fires another ball, and that's a 4-pitch walk to MJ Melendez. Scott, what's the name of the graphic when teams throw balls? Because I'm thinking I may have to get that out right about now. No, but Spencer and Wilson, who do you want to replace Mo Salah? I'd be interested. Yeah, 4-0 walk, yeah. As Alvarez will take a strike. There's a strike. Well done, Wilson. You're finally through a strike. This is, yeah, Scott says it is his first MLB game. Welcome to Bull City, Wilson. as he throws a pitch and it's fouled off by Alvarez, and it's 0-2. If you got any chance of the Phillies coming back, you cannot give up any more runs. As by the way, this will be my 16th and 17th teams crossed off the list out of all 30 teams this year, as that pitch is low, and it's 1-2. As we are going to do at least every team once going through the season. We're almost 2/3 of the way through. So 1-2 to Alvarez. Wilson in the windup, he fires. There's a ground ball to Sosa. Sosa will fire it over to Stott. Stott will fire it over to Harper. They can only get one though, as that ball was hit too weakly. Even as slow as Alvarez is, they could only get the one out. So one out then. Wilson says he's going to trust the process and see if you can get Isaac healthy and more involved. I can imagine you want to kind of play Isak and Ekatike. They're both great players, but Ekatike had a nasty injury late on, as Benj will foul off the sinker at 94, and it's owned one. Wilson, lead off walk, looking to pitch around it, as the 0-1 pitch here is a foul off, a cutter there. Quite a lot of the zone did that cutter, and it's 0-2. As Scott says, as a Sixers fan, I get triggered when I hear trust the process. Didn't work. Justin Simmons, Scott, was a great player, right? Great, great at layups as well, Scott. Justin Simmons. I can't believe you got rid of him. As the 0-2 pitch is a line drive to left field. That's going to be a base hit for Benj, as Brandon Marsh is going to get to the ball. Now, since it was hit to left field, the runner Alvarez will only stop at second base. As Benj with his first hit of the game. The Mets have actually got a few good young players. Yeah, Embiid's a good player, Scott. He just can never stay healthy. Like, I would love to. I actually wanted the Warriors to get Embiid. I like to see Embiid on the Warriors, but he just can't stay healthy. So Bo Bichette is 0 for 4. It's not looking good, Scott or Wilson, as there's a strike. As Wilson apologises to you, Scott. 0-1 here to Bo Bichette. Wilson at 12 pitches, as his 0-1 pitch is fouled off in its own two. Scott, a lot of pitches right down the middle. It's got to be said, a lot of pitches down the middle. He's getting away with it so far, but could be a 3-run home run at any moment if he continues this. As Hugh Weaver, as Frank the Tank likes to call him, is warming up in the bullpen. As there's a line drive foul, a curveball, an 0-2 curveball that hung there. Yeah, Scott says this guy's totally in over his head. I bet Philly fans will let him know it as well if it gets worse. Spencer, Newcastle's a bigger club. What are you talking about? Come on. Newcastle's definitely a bigger club. As the 0-2 pitch here to Bo Bichette by Wilson is fouled off again. This dude, he threw 4 balls in the first at bat, and now he's afraid to not throw a strike. So you can throw pitches that start as a strike and then come out the zone. So 0-2 still, as Bichette is in swing mode here, and that's because he has to be. As the 0-2 pitch is a close pitch called a ball. By the way, guys, I don't if you can see in my background under the United Kingdom flag. I don't know for sure, but it looks like Dom Smith. Could be wrong, but it does look like Dom Smith. You tell me though. As the 1-2 pitch is fouled off. You guys probably got it bigger than I have got it on my little display. So 1-2 to Bo Bichette. He finally threw a ball. The Dom Smith thing was not intentional either. Just happened to pick him out. As the 1-2 pitch to Bichette is a ground ball. That's going to be a fair ball. It's backhanded by Bone. Bone will flip it to start. Start over to Harper. Double play. Nicely turned by the Phillies. He needed that, Wilson, because he was all over the place. I don't think he's going to be making many more outings in the MLB. As we go to the bottom of the eighth, the Phillies trailing by 3. We'll see if they can get something going. Yeah, I need Glenn's clover. Where's Glenn when I need him? I need his clover. So 0 out then, obviously, because we're starting a new inning. Let's check how the Cardinals are on, because Ethan always checks in. Cardinals. Yankees are tied 1-1. Oh my God. I think Ethan may be coming in here in a minute. It's 11-3 to the Royals. Yeah, I think he may be coming in with a little comment. Because I said their bullpen wouldn't give up more than 1 run. They did. I was wrong. I'm always wrong. Why am I always wrong? I do not know. Why am I always wrong? I know, Spencer. The Cards are getting blasted. Now their bullpen's giving up runs. As let's have a look here. Graceffo, 4 runs given up in a third and 2 innings. Not great. Not that this is a Cards watch along. Just the Cards is really doing bad right now. And Spencer, you're probably enjoying it because I'm a Brentford fan. What's Brentford got to do with it, Spencer? What's Brentford got to do? Zim Zim, you still in there? Any updates on the World Cup game? Let's have a look. Bobby Witt was 2 for 2 as well with a home run. So lucky for them, he's out of the game. As Jack Caglione or Caglione is now batting 268 with his 784 OPS. So that dude, he really struggled when he got called up as he was crushing it in the minors. He's finally starting to find his feet in the MLB. I thought Bryce Eldridge was going to be similar to Jack Caglione, come up and really struggle to begin with, and then eventually find it. Oh, have I been wrong on Bryce Eldridge? Absolutely, completely. I've been so wrong on Bryce Eldridge. As Puke Weaver then will come into the game for the Mets. A good chance of Mexico and a great save from the Korean keeper. As there's a strike and it's 0-1. We're going to get a challenge here by Bryce Harper. Well, he may have already been successful today, but he won't be successful here because that was definitely a strike. I think he knew it as well. So, 0-1 to Bryce Harper. Don't get that challenge. I mean, that wasn't even a close pitch. That was I'm the best player on the team. I get to challenge that. So 0-1 to Bryce Harper. Luke Weaver has actually been pretty good as of late, as he fires a fast one on the outside corner in the exact same spot, and this time Harper fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Again, guys, if you're new, you think Giants, why Giants playing? Their game got postponed because of the weather, and they will be making that up on the 31st of August as Bryce Harper goes down swinging on 3 pitches, and Luke Weaver is on for an immaculate inning here. Not that you ever say that after a 3-pitch strikeout to begin the inning, but he's on for an immaculate inning. Are we going to get an immaculate inning? Scott doesn't want it. As they're showing highlights from earlier the game. That ball down the line by Stott was so close to being foul. As the pitch is fouled off. We're on for an immaculate inning still. Right before they travel to the Berg. Is that Pittsburgh, Spencer? Anthony, you may get to watch Brentford on the 31st as well. Yeah, definitely. That could be great. As that pitch is fouled off. We're on for an immaculate inning. This is what we're talking about. Let's hope Brentford. I'd love to see them get into Europe. I know you guys, Champions League or bust. I'm not. I just want Conference League, and I'll be over the moon. As the O2 pitch then to start. Weaver, he's on for an immaculate inning here. Has not thrown a ball yet. As no more immaculate inning because it was fouled off. Still hasn't thrown a ball yet, but no immaculate inning. As Spencer, honestly, what apologise? We play the best football in the league. If we play Liverpool that day, we'll rock up, win 4-0. As the O2 pitch is a change up low, and it'll be 1 and 2 to Bohm. Bohm, 2 for 3 today, 2 RBIs. He's had a good game. He needs to get on base here. Otherwise, this game is going to be over pretty quickly. Weaver, the 1-2 pitch, inside 2 and 2. Also, if you haven't hit a like already. And if you haven't subbed, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be live after this game at 3, well, it's not 3:05, 8:05, no, 10:05 Eastern, 7:05 West Coast time. For Emeralds versus the Tri-City team, high A, sorry. I don't know if I'll be live for the whole game, Anthony, but I'll definitely be live for an hour or a little bit more. But we'll be live a little bit for that one as well. As Giants with lots of good prospects down there, and I will take a watch of them as the Giants did not play today. As the 3-2 pitch here to Bohm is a called strike 3. The 4-seam fastball there at the knees. The Tri-City Dust Devils. Tri-City Dust Devils. Okay. Eugene Emeralds versus the Tri-City Dust Devils will be next here on Jolly Good Takes. That's the promo. Clip it, send it to your best friend, because minor league baseball is coming to you. Brandon Marsh then will be the batter. Brandon Marsh, rough game. I see swings and chases a change up in the dirt. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, bad defensive plays as well. I mean, he has had a great year, so I don't want to be too harsh. He's batting .319. As Weaver then looks pretty good since coming out the bullpen, and we'll see who will be saving the game for the Mets. As that pitch is low and it's 1-1. Scott, you hate this team sometimes. They guess so much. Read the fucking ball out of the hand. When I watch cricket, sometimes they just guess which direction the ball's going. It's like, if you actually look at the hand, you can see which. I know it's tough, but you can actually tell. As Marsh fouls that one off, and it's 1 and 2. But no, I can't say much, Scott. You can crap on them. They're best baseball players than I will ever be. The only reason it is fair to criticize them is because they do make millions of dollars. So if you're getting paid that much money, you've got to do your job well. As the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss, change up. So great inning there by Luke Weaver. He strikes out the side. It wasn't an immaculate inning, but a dominating inning, and didn't give the Phillies a sniff as we go to the top of the ninth. 6-3, the Mets lead. Top of the third, top of the ninth. And yeah, 6-3 to the Mets. At least, Scott, at least they're gonna probably make the playoffs, unlike the Giants. Yeah, shutdown innings. Yeah, their bullpen right now is winning. Yep, Spencer is looking good for the Mets. Alvarado though, I don't like wild pitches. It's like, oops, sorry, it's like Duvall. Duvall had great stuff, but he just did every fan's head in because of how wild he was. And I guess it's the same with Alvarado. Yeah, great stuff, but you're so wild, and it's so infuriating. But that's the way the game of base was going today. Scott, yeah, they've done enough winning. Wait 50 years until your next championship, exactly. With the Mets winning the World Series, with the Knicks winning the NBA, not the Mets winning the World Series. My God, it's getting late. It's 2:30 a.m. I may grab a beer with the next game, the Eugene game. That will keep the energy levels up. So 6-3 to the Mets. We go to the ninth. Mets looking to go to 34 and 41. Phillies looking to go to 41 and 34. Yeah, 40 years for the Mets. They still got another 10 years to wait. Scott, am I of age to drink? In the UK, yes. In America, no. But I'm streaming in England, so it's legal. So Soto, then they're just showing Soto, who's leading off the inning, has been the star today. 2 home runs. In his first 2 ABs. The second one, I don't even think he thought he hit a home run. It is funny how there's a 3-year age difference between here in the UK and in America of drinking. As Soto takes a low, and it's 1-0. Now, I did legally drink though in American territory. So take that, Americans. I'm 19 and I legally drunk. Legally drunk in your country. This is 2-0 to Juan Soto. Yeah, Spencer, you only have to be 18 in the UK. I know, Scott, that's rubbish. 20-year-old World Cup fans, and they can't drink. As Soto hits a foul ball, and it's 2-1. I think it should be 18. But you know what's crazy? You guys drive cars way younger than over here. It's 18 in Canada, is it? Yeah. Well, at least the World Cup Canadian games, they can drink. 2-1 then to Soto. Wilson, who's staying in the game, fires. There's a ground ball foul, and it's 2-2. Scott, do you? Yeah, I don't get people that drink drive. I mean, honestly, why be a twat about it? It's never your life you impact. It's always other people's lives that get ruined because of your stupid actions. As Soto crushes one, but straight to Zoza at the shortstop for out number 1. This Wilson Scott is getting hit around a bit, but he's getting away with it for now. Um, but I think it's probably the same in America. I bet everyone drinks before they turn 21 anyway. You just can't buy them. But no, when I was on a plane in America, since it was a British plane, I was legally allowed to drink, even though we were in San Francisco. I did ask. I didn't just take it. As the 0-1 pitch, two Vientos by Wilson is outside. It's 1-1. You want to hear a joke of a story? Can't believe this happened to me yesterday. I had a kid, maybe about similar age to me, 19 years old. He came knocking on the door. I opened it, and his first question was, "Hi, can I take a couple of minutes of your time?" I said, "Yes." Probably a mistake. I think most people slam the door, but I said, "Yes." He was like, "Is there anyone 35 in this house?" I said, "Yes, there is." As Vientos fouls that pitch off and it's 2-2. He then said, "Are you the 35-year-old?" And I said, "Are you having a fucking laugh, mate?" And slammed the door. Am I a fucking do I look 35? No, I'm not bloody 35. Slammed the door in his face, and I didn't slam the door in his face. I said, "Definitely not 35. I look younger than you." As there's a pop up to centre field. That's going to be caught by Crawford for the second out. Then I could not believe it. Once I did close the door to him because he left. I said, "35? Are you taking the piss? Do I look 35? Ain't no chance I'm 35." I couldn't believe it. I know, Scott, more 15 than 35. You're crazy. As Wilson says, he turns 35 in 2 days. Well, on Sunday, we'll all do a happy birthday for you, Wilson. As there's a drive to right field. That's going to be caught by Derek Hill, the right fielder. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Mets lead by 3. Can the Phillies produce a comeback here? We'd love a good walk-off here. That would be a nice end to the day. Scott's actually 35. What are you trying to say, Liam? No, I'm just saying, you know, I get asked for IDs. I bet they don't ask you for IDs, Scott. As Wilson, you need the Phillies to win. We need them to win for your bet. Let's hope they do, as it is 11-4 Royals over Cardinals. Yankees are losing 5-1 to the White Sox as well, as a Duvall has given up a run. I'm just looking. What's Duvall's ERA? Camilo Duvall is at a 5.14 ERA. Way to go, Camilo. That's what I love to hear. Who did the damage? Colson Montgomery hit a home run, number 20 on the year. God, Colson Montgomery's a good young player, isn't he? But no, I just couldn't. I just took offense. I thought 35. Come on. All right, if you want to say I look old, like 25, 35. Whoever said I look more like 15 as well, honestly, taking a little shot, Scott. I look like a kid. I look like Bob if Zim was in here. As Spencer says, first time I went to the UK, I was 19 and flying British Airways. I was ordering screwdrivers at 10 in the morning. The stewardess asked me, "Isn't it a little early?" I told her I'm London time. There you go. What do you think of British Airways, by the way, Spencer? That's who I normally fly with. They used to be a lot better than they are now, but I still good old trusty British Airways. I think they're a little bit better than some of the American airlines though. As small ass ballpark and Camilo Deval is a bad mix. I know. And also New York. Camilo Deval was never gonna fit New York. As a Bob, welcome back, Bob. 4:15 Pacific Coast time is the Giants game tomorrow. Same time as the Braves games. 7:15 on the East Coast and 6 on the Central Time Zone. As Wilson's all here for Bob. Bob, don't worry, by the way. Um Zim's not here. He's currently watching the World Cup, so you should be safe from getting abuse. Spencer hasn't flown them since, and that was years ago. What's the reputation of American Airlines in America? As there's a cool truck. I saw Spirit shut down recently, didn't they? And that was like that is a cheap airline. So 0-1, Devin Williams is going to be the closer here for the Mets, as the 0-1 pitch is way outside and it's 1-1. I know, Anthony, and you listen to all their fans. They thought they got an absolute steal for Deval. Oh, we only have to give up Jesus Rodriguez. We only have to give up Parks Harbour and um, Matt Vreeling, as it's 1-2 here to Souza, and there was another guy as well. We couldn't move off Deval soon enough. On the trade deadline, I was hoping, please trade Deval. Can't deal with him. Bob Melvin hates Deval. Patrick Bailey hates Deval. I mean, now Bob Melvin and Patrick Bailey aren't on the team, so it seems a bit irrelevant. Um, as it's 2-2. Their customer service is horrible for the most part. Is that you talking about American Airlines, Spencer? As Anthony says, Scott, sorry, says airlines in America are total trash compared to the rest of the world. It's a total joke. You know what shocks me about America as well is your airports are not as good as you'd expect. As a 2-2 pitch, is a swing and a miss by Sosa, a nasty change up there by Devin Williams. I was gonna say, Bob, the Giants already had Matt Chapman. You mean a rollish Chapman? That's who the Giants need. Um, I mean, he looks like he's gonna get traded from Boston, but I'm not sure he's gonna go to the Giants. But he would fit them. We do need a closer. Yeah, all the airlines here, Spencer says, yeah. But no, I'm shocked by the airports. I thought the airports would be more modern, bigger. But even JFK, I thought if you I'm sure Spencer, you've been to Heathrow, you probably flew into, or Gatwick, probably Heathrow. Um, there's a called strike to start and it's 1-1. Heathrow's way nicer than the American airports. No offense. Now I like the runway in San Francisco. It's a pretty cool takeoff leaving San Francisco airport, but the airport quality, not what you'd expect. So 2-1 to Stott here. As a Scott says, America has an automobile culture. They don't invest in other modes of transport. Yeah, that's true. I know your trains aren't great either, as it's 2 and 2. So you see, Anthony made a comment, but you see, Spencer and Scott, or Spencer saying Chicago's huge and Dallas. I've never been there, so I don't know. And Wilson says San Diego's a cool airport. Fly right in over the water. I find those airports really cool when you fly in over the water. So full count here, 2 stop. Williams, 10 pitches. He wants a new ball. I've been to Orlando. Orlando Airport is not too bad, but San Francisco and JFK. Now there's different terminals, but the international JFK terminal was quite small. As in saying what you do, how you're doing, full count pitch to stop is fouled off. In saying we'll be live for the Emeralds game. Not sure I'll do the whole game, but I'll definitely be doing some of the game, and depending on how good it goes, we'll see how long I'm live for. As Anthony says, I'll take Boston Chapman if the Red Sox take Marley and Hauser. Exactly that. Would love to do that deal. As a 3-2 pitch is a ball. Not what you want to do. You do not want to walk people. That's very Ryan Walker-esque by Devin Williams. You know, Anthony, they did trade James Tibbs for Dustin May. So maybe we could actually get Aroldis Chapman for Marley and Hauser. As Bob says, nobody scored the goal in the World Cup. So it's 0-0. Thanks for the update, Bob. Bob, how's your evening been? I apologise for Zimzim. Zimzim had a few drinks today. Scott, where's Diaz? He's in LA. He signed with the Dodgers in the off-season, as there's a swing and a miss by Real Muto. And Sane says that's basically LA. The East Coast, I feel like, has way more public transportation. Interesting. It's just crazy how big America is compared to where I live, and how the whole country is it's different from coast to coast. As there's a swing and a miss and a back pick attempt to first base. Stott's back safely, so it'd be 0-2 as Stott is safe. Any of you guys into the US Open? What do you make of day one? Any of you guys watch that? So 0-2 to JT Realmuto. Williams, his changeup is working as there's a line drive. That one's good. Should be a double play and end the game. As Simeon throws to Vientos and he's safe. The game is not over. There'll be 2 outs. I thought they were going to get a double play, but they did not. So 2 outs then. As Scott says, yes, insane, agree. East Coast does have more infrastructure for public transport, but nothing compared to Europe. I know, it's crazy. So many Americans have never been on a train. That blows my mind. Yeah, a force out, Spencer. Correct. As last out then, and Gabriel Rincones Jr., never heard of him, is up to bat. As Zimzim, welcome back. Bob is back, by the way, Zimzim. So leave him alone. By the way, Zimzim, we are going to be streaming the Emeralds, the Eugene Emeralds game for a little bit after this. That's in about 22 minutes. So hopefully I'll see you there, Zimzim. As the 0-1 pitch is a strike to Rincones Jr. We know, Zimzim. We know. You don't have to hate him though. Yes, his spelling is not the best, but he's never done anything to you. As the 0-2 pitch to Rincones is a weak ground ball to the left field. Bo Bichette, who's now playing third, will fire across the diamond, and they're going to call him safe. As they say, Vientos is off the bag. What is Vientos doing? Vientos left early in celebration. What are you doing, Vientos? Bo Bichette's throw was a what is Vientos doing? Vientos has got to stay on the bag there and try and make the play. It doesn't matter if the throw's a bit high or funky. If the run scores, it's fine. You're winning by 3. Why did he not stay on the bag and make the play? I do not get that. Scott, did you see that? They're saying it's a bad throw by Bichette, but why did Vientos bail on that? You've got to take that risk. I'm shocked. That looked like he could have got that. So here's Justin Crawford then. He's the tying run as bad defense there by Bichette. And they're paying him 40 million a year. I can't believe it. I know, Scott, but I didn't think it was that bad a throw. Um I thought he could have just attempted to stay on the bag there. Who cares if it gets by him? Schwarber is on deck, so if Crawford reaches, wow, that would be interesting. And Wilson, you may get lucky. As Zimzim with I love Scott either way, but he hates Bob. And Zimzim's rooting for a tank. I'd like to see a 3-run blast. As the 0 pitch here to Crawford is a swing and a foul ball out of play. As the crowd there, about 10 people tried to catch that one and no one did. Let's hope for a piss missile, if that's what they call it. Zimzim really wants Insane to accept his friend request. I'm sure he'll do it after the stream. Zimzim, as the 0-1 pitch to Crawford is a line drive. That's going to get over the diving head there, and that's going to be a base hit. 6-4. Schwarber now is going to be the winning run coming to the plate. And don't give up hope yet, Wilson, because Schwarber can hit nukes. As Spencer says, they ain't quite done yet. 6-4 Mets, runners at first and second. Schwarber then with a chance to send everyone home happy and make Wilson sweat the Mexico-South Korea game. Good bit of hitting there by Crawford. He's a good young rookie, Scott. You got to be excited about him. I tell you, the game should have been over if Bo Bichette could have made an accurate throw, but I still think Vientos bottled it. Schwarber is 1 for 4 today. If anyone's going to do it, this is the kind of guy you want up. As Williams fires a close pitch, we're going to get a challenge here. That pitch will be overturned from a ball to a strike because it did catch the inside corner. And it'd be owned one. Good challenge. The Mets still have 2, so you'd expect the Mets to challenge there. So it'd be owned 1. We'll see. Can Schwarber, as Wilson said, can we get a Schwarbomb? We want a Schwarbomb. I want a 6-7 scoreline as well. Schwarber. Ready. Williams fires. There's a foul ball in the nuts there of Francisco Alvarez. As this one's going to take a while, folks, because that was in the Gooligans. That was in the We Do Not Speak place. Ouch. Thank God he was wearing a box, otherwise he may never have kids again in the rest of his life. Scott, that was a total nut shot. Right in the goolies. As oh my God. Get this man a medic, please. He is just crouched over on the ground, on 2 knees, hands on the floors. He is feeling it. Oh, Zim. Yeah, I could see. In here we call it a box, not a cup. Yeah, the Big Jake and the twins, Spencer. Well, I'm not going to speculate on size of Francisco Alvarez, but definitely hit the twins. Yeah, Scott. Yeah, that was a painful one. Yeah, Zim. We call a cup a box. That's what we call it over here. So if you ever hear me say a box, I mean a cup. Apologies for that. So 0-2 to Schwarber. You gotta sit change up here, surely, if you're Schwarber. I can only see that's what Devin Williams is going to go to. As the 0-2 pitch to Schwarber is low. It was a change up, and it's 1-2. I'd still sit change up. I think if I was Williams, I'd throw a fastball above the hands. If I'm Schwarber, I'm sitting change up. So 1-2 to Schwarber. Schwarber trying to send everyone home happy, although he's not facing Ryan Walker, as he does throw a high fastball, but that one misses, and it's 2-2. You don't have to give in to Schwarber. It would put the leading run on first base, but you do not have to give in. As Schwarber calls a timeout, it remains 2-2. Some Philly fans are looking pretty nervous. Scott, I feel like you're the type of guy that's not sweating at all. I know, Spencer, but you don't want to give in and throw one over the heart of the plate. It's a 2-2 pitch to Schwarber. It's a drive to right field. That's going to be caught, though, by Brett Beatty. That will end the game. Oh, I thought he got that one maybe in the gap, and this game would be tied. So, wow. Game over. Wilson, you don't win your bet. For a second, I thought you might. Dang indeed. Good play by Brett Beatty as that ball was crunched by Schwarber. Scott, apologies. We stream your game and your team doesn't win. The Mets win this one 6-4. I'm going to have a little break. We'll be live in 10 minutes. We'll do a little bit of the Eugene Emeralds, maybe go twice through the top of the Emeralds lineup, but then I've got to get a bit of sleep. But thanks everyone for joining. Wilson, I really appreciate you reaching out to the guys over there on the Sports Fury as well. Insane. I look forward to your videos. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Spencer, take care. Zim, take care. Scott, take care. Anthony, take care. Bob, take care. Ethan, take care. Haron, if he's listening, and Kevin, you all take care. I don't know if you were in here today, but I do appreciate it. See you in 10 here on Jolly Good Takes. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you. See you next time. It was a blast. That's all for today. Join me next time on Jolly Good Takes.